the R&B category.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he's really not a rapper, but I mean, even if you listen to his songs that he makes, I feel like he's definitely heavily inspired by rap and he's going in that direction.
If I may, who's
Hey,
the gentleman you're talking about?
Man, if you don't shut your stupid ass up, the hell is wrong with you, dude? Don't hop in talking over people. You're talking over me. Calm down, dude.
Yes, sir. I apologize.
Yeah, calm down, dude. I'm talking, and you're disrespecting the other gentleman, sir. Now, you made me lose my train of thought. I was trying to close out the sentence, and then you're talking.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Important to say. What do you have to say that's so important where you're interrupting?
I have no idea. Now you made me forget.
Now, what are you talking about? Mr. Mayonnaise Man, are you just sitting over there in a trailer park, methed out and talking and babbling and not knowing what you're talking about?
That's a pretty good line right there. No, sorry. I'm sure there's a little bit of lag right there. No, I came in with a point, and y'all made me forget the same way that you thought you forgot your line. And I apologize for stepping on it. Maybe there's a little bit of lag involved, I'm sure, man. But y'all go ahead.
What city are you in, man?
New London, Connecticut. Where are you from?
You're in Connecticut. Okay. Sir, what are you over there drinking or smoking right now?
Cavassier.
There you go. Mixed with a little meth, huh?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Sir, you're clearly high on something. Just say no, sir. Just say no.
Good God Almighty.
Up with hope and down with dope. Okay.
You're a good man.
Yeah, all right, man. Sir, get off here. Get your ass off here. Get the hell off here talking that Grizzly Adams bullshit you talking, man. Lord, I know. The alt lice, the mayonnaise militia, they love calling up late high. They always high. Why are you? Yeah, have y'all noticed that when we're chopping it up, the mayonnaise militia call up high, all the time. They're always high, babbling, just saying a bunch of nonsensical gibberish. This ain't the place for that. Good grief! Shout out to everybody in here. Let's get Dave. Let's get Dave in the building. Then we're gonna get the Black Receipt in the building. Then we're gonna get Patrick in the building. Then we're gonna get Steven in the building. Let me just line everybody up. All right. Let's get Dave. Dave.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and tell everyone to don't forget to vote early.
Yes, people can mail in their ballots, right? Dave.
Hello?
Yeah, I was talking to Dave, but I don't know what happened. I was going to ask him about early voting. Go ahead, Patrick. Let me take Dave out of here.
Mr. Tariq, I have been faced with a dilemma about Miss Harris because, you know, when I look into the fact that she's Indian, isn't that technically African? I mean, I know it's not African American, but isn't she technically black?
How?
Not like foundationally black, but I mean a black person versus a white person. Like,
No, Indians, boy, they are, many of them are staunchly anti-black. Even their leaders are anti-black, like Gandhi. Oh, musty ass, hungry Gandhi was a staunch anti-black racist. Hell no, they ain't black. Not even a little bit. They look at themselves as Caucasians and Asians. They look at themselves as dark Asians or dark Caucasians. But no,
I actually live in a swing state. Isn't Georgia a swing state, I think?
Is Georgia a swing state? I know Michigan is a swing state, I think, and I think Pennsylvania is a swing state. But
does that mean that we have like more powerful vote or no? Because I mean, as far as the FBA is holding back their vote this election, I was just kind of trying to get more insight on it.
Yeah, and Yeah, you can vote. I mean, you can. The thing is, you can swing the state. The state can turn blue, red, because outside of Atlanta, Georgia's pretty red, and just like Michigan, outside of like Detroit, Michigan is pretty red. So, but a lot of people are concentrated in Detroit. So, you know, we have the power to swing these things one way or another. And we just got to be very strategic with our votes. I'm real big on us being strategic. But the black, what's up, the black?
What's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right down here in Texas. Uh, I want to ask you two questions. Do you think that it's ironic that everyone blowed up on Candace Owens when it came down to the George Floyd and the Kanye issue, but it's very silent when it comes down to her and this Kamala issue and her genealogy?
Yeah, it's very interesting because for those who don't know, Candace Owens, and I talked about this last night, showed pictures or had somebody who knew Kamala's family, and this picture that Kamala is floating around claiming it's her grandmother is not really her grandmother. So, Kamala's a pathological liar. That's not anything new. Steven, hop in, man. Steve.
Hey, what's up, Tariq?
How you doing, Steve?
Ain't nothing, chilling, man. Hey, man, you're a funny guy, man. You're very funny. I appreciate everything you do. I've been somebody put me on to you a couple of months ago, so I've been listening to you ever since, and
Love it.
I really enjoy your content, man.
Appreciate
I just
that.
got one thing to say about the whole Kamala situation. I believe they say she's Indian and Asian and Jamaican, and it's kind of funny. I talked to a couple of my peoples, and they're like, "Yo, she's Jamaican." I'm like, "Yo, Jamaican is a nationality. That's not her race. She's actually, Irish. No, they don't do the research, whatever, whatnot. They take what other people say, but I'm only saying this to say that she has a white husband, and she raises two stepchildren who are white. So what makes her black?" And I'll land there.
Look, they can talk in circles all they want. One thing is 100% for sure. She is not a foundational Black American. Kamala Harris is not a foundational Black American. And we've been the only people to really uphold and define what Black is. We've done that. We've held up the mantle of Blackness globally. She ain't a part of that. And part of being a Black person, you don't get to pick and choose what racial category you're going to be in. You understand? You don't get to say I'm Black one day and then you're going to be East Indian the next day and then you're an Asian American the next day. We don't get to play three-card Monte. That's why we had to stay 10 toes down on our lineage because we didn't have anywhere to run. We were Black all the time and we had to deal with what came with that, which was a lot of anti-Black targeting, no sanctuary, no protection, no legal framework to really be enforced to help us out when it came to protecting our human beingness. We didn't have it. So we had to stand 10 toes down. So we had to get codified with each other. So we had to look out for one another all over the country. So we had to get a code of conduct. So we had to create a culture that was a protective culture. And part of the things that we've created in this country were because we didn't have sanctuary from the anti-Blackness. We didn't get to say, I'm Asian, I'm going to hide out over here, or I'm East Indian, I'm going to hide out over here. We had to come up with things in order to protect ourselves from anti-Blackness because we had nowhere to run. That's why I don't like nobody coming in cosplaying as foundational Black Americans. Understand, a lot of industries that were created came from us looking out for one another. For example, and I always talk about the modern lottery system that came out of us playing the numbers, and that was we were segregated. We needed ways to make money. And we had a game called the policy game that we created among ourselves in our own Black enclaves where folks could make money. And that was the policy game out of segregation. we created another industry, which is direct marketing. We created that. That was Madam C.J. Walker. People talk about her being one of the first women millionaires, self-made millionaires, but they never talk about how Madam C.J. Walker created the modern, and her and Anna Malone too, the woman who she got the game from. They created the direct marketing concept where they're selling a product and you have different people sell from different tiers of the product. You have different representatives go out here and sell direct to customers all over the country. And the reason why Madam C.J. Walker and those guys had to do that was because of the rigid segregation around the country. So, in order to protect each other, we had to create networks in order to sell the hair products because we had the whole green book type of thing. We had to go to certain areas. We couldn't go to every restaurant. We couldn't go to every store. We couldn't go to every gas station. So we had to have these little networks with each other. And Madam C.J. Walker utilized those networks in order to have different people from different tiers sell products. Amway and Mary Kay learned that from Madam C.J. Walker. That's where they got all of that from, all of the Mary Kay products and Herbalife and all of that stuff. They got that concept came from Madam C.J. Walker, ladies and gentlemen, and that was born out of us protecting ourselves during the the openly anti-black Jim Crow era. You understand? So when people try to cosplay as us, I just take offense to it. No, you don't get to have stolen valor. See, I take honor that our people survived that and created phenomenal things out of that subjugation. See, that's the thing that makes foundational Black Americans so unique. We've had massive subjugation, and within that subjugation, we have created so many phenomenal things. That amazes people because nobody does that. I want you to think foundational Black American family. Who in the hell do what we do in the midst of subjugation, just creating things left and right under the thumb of oppression all the time? You're constantly creating stuff because, see, our existence as foundational Black Americans was a Big Bang theory within itself. We are the only true Americans, ladies and gentlemen. We are literally the only true Americans. We're the only people who didn't immigrate anywhere. We didn't immigrate here. This was something that we built from scratch, and all of the culture of America comes from foundational Black Americans. It damn sure didn't come from the white supremacists. If it did, somebody tell me what their culture is. What the hell is their culture? They have no culture. Everything came from us, family. We had an ethnogenesis, and then we had a spiritual ethnogenesis. We got the spirit of Majara that has guided us and protected us and helped us create things. And that has made us unique, and that has made us revered and emulated around the world. Family, did y'all see the video of the Japanese mass choirs sounding like a black choir? Did y'all see that? There's a video circulating around. It's like the Tokyo mass choir, and they're singing like a foundational Black American choir. You understand? Everybody's trying to emulate that Majara flavor, man. Everybody's trying to emulate it. Let me get some more people in here. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get Raja. Let's get Raja in the building. Mr. Raja. Mr. Raja in the building. I was going to get Sir Major if Sir Major bounced. Raja, where you at, man? You Raj, turn your microphone on, brother.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? I'm in Denver right now. I was just in DC yesterday, updated my PFP. Yeah, there's been some talk, a lot of talk of different groups, and I kind of felt myself not having enough research or time. So I really wanted to come in and ask you a couple questions, mainly, and the two main topics are IQ when it comes to Black people, and then the tendency toward violence. And how do you resolve people who are using specifically IQ as the main benchmark for worth and leadership.
Okay, now Roger, can you do something when you got a head earpiece in or something because it's killing the sound? Can you take your earpiece out? Yeah, because I can hear you, but it's just a little muffled. Sounds like you have a cheap earpiece in or something. Can you get it together real quick, Roger?
I can't hear a thing just in case. I'm sorry.
Okay, I
Everything
was
went
saying,
silent for me.
are you on a speakerphone or do you have an earpiece in? Are you on a speakerphone or do you have an earpiece? Because I would love to answer your question. Those were some interesting questions. I just want to be able to hear you. Roger, can you hear me? Okay, I have him come back up. Let me have him come back up. I would like to answer those questions, and I would like for him to kind of elaborate as well. All right. I would like for him to kind of elaborate on that. It's very interesting. All right. All right, let's try him again. Let's try Roger. All right, Roger, you're back. Is it better?
And so, where were we at?
What I was asking you, are you on an earpiece? Are you using an earpiece or a speakerphone?
Yeah, it's an earpiece. Is my audio okay?
No, it doesn't sound good. Can you take the earpiece off, please?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay. All right. Got to get it together, Roger. Come on, Raj. How hard is it to take an earpiece off? And
Sorry,
Roger, what city are you in?
I'm in an airport. I'm just making sure I'm not like bothering other people with the volume. Okay, is this better?
It's
Okay,
much better.
yeah, I'm
Much,
using my
much,
speakers now, so sorry.
much, much better. You live in DC?
No, I actually kind of live in Colorado. I'm hopping between cities, but I was in DC.
And you're from like Bangladesh or Pakistan?
No, I actually go back at least 3, 4 generations on both sides. I'm mixed. I'm black and white. My dad's black, my mom's white. Um, so the thing with me is I was in a space with, I think you might have heard of him, Ian Malcolm, 84.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down,
Sorry,
slow down. Your name is Raja Malson.
Raja Masone Omega.
Okay. Where's your mother's white?
Yeah,
And where's your dad from with a name like that?
Georgia. So he did change his last name. I guess my name would have been Smith. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
And first name is
So
okay.
I have brothers who have unique names, but yeah, I'm as American as they come, pretty much. So
And did you grow up with your dad or your mom?
both. If you want to, if my childhood is important, I can go into it. But
I'm just trying to get an understanding of who you are because a lot of folks call up and sometimes people are, they're not up and up about who they are and where
okay,
they're
well, so
from.
so here I'll give you my dad's name. His name is Alpha Omega. You can probably look him up. He was a martial artist in Rochester, New York. That's where I was born. And
Okay.
yeah, he was uh, a polygamist, I guess I could say. So
So he had a whole bunch of white
yes, he
women?
did have multiple white women, but I have multiple brothers and sisters, and we're actually a pretty tight knit family.
Got it. Okay, so now we're just getting an idea of where your information is coming from. So your dad was out here smashing a bunch of white
Well,
women.
you got to understand,
Yeah.
he didn't. Well, they came to him, so he was a leader. He didn't have to beg people to come. In fact, he picked and choose. He had multiple. I don't really like telling his story, but that's just the background. And this is
Yeah,
literally
but
40 years ago.
yeah, yeah. Did he have any black
Yes.
wives? He did,
Hmm.
really.
His first. Well,
Okay.
no. His
His
his
first,
first two. Yeah. So it's
okay,
it's
okay,
it's
but
not your standard situation.
then it was all white women, and boom, there
Well,
it is. Okay, so just getting an idea where you're coming from, so that helps us out. So you said you were in a room and somebody was talking about IQ and black people being violent.
Well, there's a particular thread going around. So the topic in discussion was Jews, and then it seemed as though black people were being thrown under the bus at the same time. So I didn't get it, and when I was looking into the information, I wasn't refuting the statistics. It's just like, why are you pushing this agenda at the same time? I don't get it. So this is where I was coming, because I'm sure you have more familiarity. I honestly, when I went up on a space, they went straight for reparations for me, and I didn't have an opinion on it. And because I didn't have an opinion, it almost made me seem like I didn't know anything, because I didn't care about reparations.
Now, where is this? Because I'm kind of
Okay,
lost. Where was the discussion?
I can post it on the space. You can actually go back and hear me go on. It was a if you follow my if you go into my profile with my timeline, you'll see it. It's one of the talks with Ian Malcolm. Let me get the title of it.
Where? I'm
It
asking
was
you
an X
where.
space.
So
It was on X. So
X, okay. In an X space, having a discussion with some people. Who were these people you were having a discussion with? See,
okay,
I'm
so
lost. You're not.
I will link the space onto the chat.
You don't really have to link it, because we don't have we're not going to
Okay,
listen to it now.
okay. Well,
Because I'm live. I'm live, so we
all
can't
right, well,
listen to it now. All you have to do is
so
explain.
what was being asked was my thoughts on reparations, and
Who? Okay, slow down. Slow down. Right. Who was holding the space?
Ian Malcolm 84.
Who is
He's the
that?
guy from Jurassic Park or The Fly or
Jurassic Park.
yeah, Jurassic Park. Or he was from recently
Talking about the
Thor.
mulatto dude?
Um,
We talking about the mixed race guy, right? Him?
Well, he plays Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park. So if you've seen any of those movies, you'd recognize him. But it's not about him.
Well, who? Oh, slow down. God damn, man. Raj, it's hard to get information from you, man. You just start babbling. I'm asking you direct questions and you're just not clear on stuff, brother. Okay, slow down, Roger. Just listen. Slow
I'm going
down.
slow.
Slow down. Now, the guy you said in Jurassic Park, which guy? There's a bunch of Jurassic Parks. Which guy?
That's why I was going to link the space so you can at least take a look.
Not gonna click
Okay.
link. We're not doing. Nobody's clicking a link. Just tell us.
It's the guy who wore the glasses. I am.
Is he a white man?
Yes.
I don't know who
Okay.
it
Well,
is.
it's not important who he is. It's just that it's what we can discuss.
Okay. It's kind of important to understand what his idea, whoever's holding a room, what their ideologies are. So what was his ideology? What was his whole vibe?
Okay.
What was his argument?
The title of the space was Protecting White Heritage and People. Okay.
Okay, so it's a white
Yes,
nationalist
and I
space.
entered it, but me and him already had DMs, so I was invited to come. I came as a neutral party, trying to understand, what's going on.
He's talking about Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that's him, Jeff Goldblum. I'm sorry.
Okay. Damn, how come he couldn't say that? Thank you, brother.
Ian Malcolm is what his name is on this. I forgot his real name.
I didn't know that. Okay. So Jeff Goldblum was talking about white national protecting white.
The thing is, it was a Jewish space, but he actually is holding off a lot of the violent characters. So he's doing a good job. Oh, and somebody posted my dad's face on the thing. Yep, that's him.
Okay. Okay, so they were in this space, and what were they saying in this space?
So initially it's a lot of Jewish people and how white people need to protect themselves, and I totally agreed, except for just no other group was being included into the solutions. So when I came on, the topic went straight to reparations, and
Who brought it up?
This guy named Truth Teller.
Okay, truth teller. Why
Well,
does that sound
he's a
familiar?
very knowledgeable person, but I think he assumed a lot about me. Like I was coming in just trying to just understand more. So when I came up on stage for it was just I wanted to ask, what's your perspective on reparations? Because their argument was who's going to pay for it, and then I got cornered into it being I had to answer Jews. That's the only answer they would allow me to give as far as who's going to pay.
Okay, that makes no sense. Why would only Jewish people pay for reparations?
Well, that's the whole thing. You'd have to listen to it.
That's trolling almost. That's trolling. When somebody says something that asinine, you got to understand when you have people who are just basically trolling. That's a troll response. They're not going to. It's the U.S. government. The U.S. government had us enslaved. We couldn't get out of slavery because of the government.
Yeah, so, but to them it's the Jews. So that aside, the actual question is, if you look at my pinned post on my profile, it's more about IQ and worth. So can I just let you speak on that?
What about it? What's the question?
IQ. Black people's IQ is being put as the main argument for worth. And
okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? What's the question?
What is your opinion on it?
And I don't know what the question is, bro.
What is your opinion on the statistics? So according to the statistics, Black people have a lower IQ across the board.
Okay.
And I'm trying to either begin to have talks about a debate or start having talks.
Question? Okay, we got low IQs across the board. Now, what's the question?
The question is, one, is IQ a good measurement of worth? And two, is there something missing? Is there a reason why the IQ? Is there
worth, as far as what worth in relations to what?
Society building.
Okay.
Yeah, to just being relevant in society, because what I see is certain threads will go into different directions and it'll start insinuating.
Understanding the argument. Okay, let's say that people with low IQs are worthless. Then what?
Yes, then the insinuations start to come in. And people are like, well, if Black people just weren't here, here's all the improvements we would have. And then it starts to go into another direction. And that's where I feel like if I knew an expert's opinion on this, then I would be better off.
Whoever's saying that, well, okay, just ask them what the hell is the solution then. Let's just ask them what their solution is. If we're worthless because of IQ and they got all of this IQ proof, then damn it, what's the solution? You ask them what the solution is.
Well, it's not going to come from them.
Well, whoever. Well, I mean, if they're bringing it up,
well, this is honestly why I'm coming to you. Has the IQ argument ever been brought up to you?
All the time.
And what's your response?
What's the solution to it? That's my response. Whoever brings it up, I ask them, what is the solution? Okay, if our IQs are so low, which I don't believe, but hell, if you got all of these statistics, and if our IQs are so low, then you need to hurry up and give me those reparations checks, because we need to be taken care of, because we can't cut it. So we really need those checks and put some extras on there. If the IQs are lower, we should get more reparations. That means we're handicapped, and you take care of handicapped people. So I'll take that. I'll take it. Yeah, my IQ is low. Give me some more money. That's how I look at it.
Okay, and then
you give extra money to handicapped people because they have to be taken care of. I'll be handicapped. So what? All right.
Well, that's a good argument. But it's not going to work for some people. So
what they going to do? Then what else they going to do then?
Well, I know you're being kind of funny about it, but some people take this really seriously.
I'm serious. What else are they going to do? All right, I got a low IQ. Now what? What you going to do?
Yeah. So if you look at my post, there's theory that it's not about IQ. There's something called EQ, and even something called SQ.
I don't even go in circles with them. They just want to talk in circles. Okay, my thing is whatever you come up with, because I'm not going to go in circles with you. Yeah, the IQ is low. So now what? What you gonna do? Because our brother Neely Fuller said, listen, it don't matter if people got the IQ of a P, you still don't mistreat people. All right? That's not used as justification to mistreat people. We're supposed to have a system of equity and equal protection. I don't give a damn how low somebody's IQ is. You don't mistreat people. I don't give a damn how dumb people are. You don't mistreat people. And if there's people who are systematically being mistreated, you have to give them compensation. So give me more compensation if you have scientifically proven that I just can't do better. Well, damn it, give me the money.
Yeah, and another thing is, I find that some people with the most wisdom are ones that you'd find on the street who you'd never think
Don't give a
would have
damn
something good.
about proving my intelligence to white supremacists at all. When I'm talking to a white supremacist, I'm not trying to prove nothing to them. If
So,
I do is low,
would you
if
be willing
so, if I
to
what? Go ahead.
would you be willing to be a part of a possible debate in the future
With who?
with not only the people who are arguing for a certain point, but the audience who I think needs to hear both sides
They
of,
can come over here and talk to me.
debates don't work that way. You need to have both sides at the same
'Cause
time.
no. Because what I don't do, I don't give clout to thirsty white supremacists.
Okay. Okay.
Because the only people who like to debate that over on the white supremacist side are these little inconsequential, nobody as white supremacists who are trying to use us for clout. And we're not trying to give people clout. They always get these little thirsty 4chan white supremacists who want to get some hits on their page. And people understand if you sit here denigrating black people, the name of the game is to denigrate black people nonstop. There's no solution. It's just black people are bad. Black people are bad. Black people are bad. Look at the hood. Look at the violence. Black people are bad. That's a constant little moneymaker. And having black folks triggered by that brings views to white supremacist groups. And I'm not in the business of giving white supremacists clout. They're leeches. They've always had to leech off us. White supremacists cannot be in rooms by themselves because they get bored with each other because they're
Well,
nobody.
and this comes in, and this is why, if you do have the chance to do listen to it, I can tell you exactly in this space where I started talking. I was only there for like 10 minutes, and you can see how I was treated. But I do think that
This is
having
the
somebody
problem.
who can
You
enter into an echo chamber is useful.
slow down. The problem is, Brother Raja, you and I are different. I'm a full foundational black American. You're FBA on half your side, according to your dad, if your dad's lineage is true. Thing is, you're raised by a white mother, so you have a thing about white acceptance. There is something still there about white acceptance. That's why your whole thing is about trying to convince white people because you grew up with that. You were raised by a white mother, so your
Yeah, you're
disposition
right.
is different. Mine isn't. I could give less than a damn about what white supremacists think, sir. That's the phenomenal thing about foundational black Americans. Many of us just don't give a damn about what they think. We're very comfortable with who we are as foundational black Americans because we're already on the outs. We know that these folks don't really accept us and we don't give a damn because we know even within their ranks, it's not anything to be accepted in. We don't really want to be around them like that as foundational black Americans. We don't want to eat their foods. We don't want to really go to your clubs. We don't want to go to your bars. We're not trying to hang out where you're hanging out. We just want our resources. But we don't really try to rock with them like that. We holler at them for the jobs and resources because they hoard all of that. But other than that, outside of jobs and little resources, we're just not trying to kick it with them like that. We have our own deeply rooted culture that we're very satisfied with. You see, so it would behoove you to kind of get that same mindset and stop trying to be accepted by these white supremacists by trying to convince them of certain things.
Honestly, they kind of drove me here because I found myself without enough information or perspective, and then I came across your space. You have a big phone, so I'm pretty new here, and honestly, it's kind of embarrassing, but I didn't know foundational Black Americans. I didn't even know the term. For
Mhm.
some reason, I didn't know. So yeah, here I am. So I'm explaining. I feel like I'm looking at two sides, and if neither side wants, if they just want to have their own echo chambers, like that's fine. But I see unity as a good solution.
I don't want to unify with white supremacists. When they start talking about IQs, these are white supremacists. I don't. What do I need to unify with that for? Listen. I'm a foundational Black American. I have a spiritual essence that's divine. We are the chosen people for real. We're the most emulated and the most cultured and emulated people in the world. We are chosen with a divine mission to give the game to the world. Everybody looks to us and see how we stand up and persevere over struggle. That's something that inspires the whole world. Why in the hell would I want to get some type of pat on the head by some Johnny come lately mayonnaise encrusted low life
Yeah,
white?
well, that's name calling at the same time. I I understand
Oh,
you.
let me slow
You're
down because because you feel like I'm insulting your mother. I'm not. I'm talking about white supremacists, not just white people. Because yeah, see, you took offense to that because she's like, oh, that's my
no, no,
mom.
it's not that.
I, no, it's not your mom. No, because I don't know if your mother's a white supremacist or not. But I'm talking about the people who are white supremacists. We don't want to. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be accepted by them. You understand?
Oh, I totally understand. And this has nothing to do with my mom. In fact, I didn't even want to be in this position, but I found myself trying to avoid what I think is something that's going to boil over at some point.
Let me ask you this, Rod. How do you feel about reparations being given to foundational Black Americans? How do you
Uh,
personally
Like
feel?
well, if I can tell you what I said on the space, and it's something that it's my own opinion, and I don't know. I think it should be spread out generationally. I don't know why this particular generation gets to have all of it, and the next generation is going to have to say, well, I hope the previous generation spent it wisely. So if it were up to me, I would say, how can we trust that just this generation is going to take all that money and use it wisely, or should we just go ahead and try to spread it out over time? And I don't have a strong opinion, but that's something that comes to my mind.
That don't make no sense. Please elaborate. That don't make sense.
The fact that so I brought up this Chappelle show and his little skit on reparations, and it kind of exemplifies the fact that not everybody's going to spend the money according to like their children and their children's children. Some might just spend it on
Why does
themselves.
yeah, well, yeah. What's wrong with them spending it on themselves?
um, their further generations are going to be bitter because now they're going to say, well, we don't, our grandpa
Bitter now. They're
spent it.
bitter. Further generations are going to be bitter with no money. So they're already going to be bitter. So
Right.
just
Well, it's just a simple question of would spreading it out generationally make more sense?
how come they didn't ask Japanese people to spread it out generationally? They just gave it to them. How,
Like I said, this topic I have very little. I don't have skin in the game as much, so I'm just observing. This is my opinion, and that's all it is.
slow
I'm not going to defend it.
down, slow down. You don't. Why don't you have skin in the game?
Well, because I don't like because for me it's kind of like a carrot on a stick, and when you're focused on the money, it kind of can the stick starts to fade away, and there's reasons why reparations are such a strong topic, I think, and I don't want to be focused on the carrot right now.
So sounds like you're against it. You just that's a long way of
No,
saying
no, no. I just think there's discussions, and like I said, when I went to that space,
Kamala Harris.
first thing,
That sounds like Kamala Harris. It's like there should be a study. Yeah, there should be a study. No, if they were giving out checks for reparations tomorrow, would you show up?
I would have to make sure I qualify, and sure, I would show up. Free money for sure.
Okay. not free money, it's a debt. But you would
Oh,
have to make sure you qualify.
well,
Now,
I'd have to find
hold
out if I qualify first. If I do
on.
qualify, sure, I'll take it. I'll take the
Now,
debt.
what would make you not qualify for reparations?
Well, so my dad, his father, I don't know much more. I don't know about my grandpa on my dad's side very well. So I'm pretty sure my dad, his line goes down, like he's from Georgia. So I'm sure he was part of the slave trade, but I can't prove it.
No, you don't know. You
Well,
might be non-FBA. You
who
might not.
knows? And
Yeah,
then that's why I'm like, well,
there-
reparations are for me then.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, and in fact, I think you know you're not
No,
foundational.
I don't. I
You would. I think you know that you're not a foundational Black American. Your dad.
well, well, it's almost as
Right,
though,
down. You slow down. Slow down. Your dad's family probably immigrated from somewhere. 'Cause you just said Georgia, but there's a lot of people who immigrated to Georgia from different places. Your dad probably came. Your great granddad, somebody probably came from the Caribbean somewhere. Did they ever tell you that?
no, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't like. I'll come back. See, I'm getting a lot of questions that I don't have answers yet. I'll come back with my heritage. So
Family. This is about you. You don't have questions about yourself.
well, like
You
I
don't
said,
have.
reparations have not been a focus of my life.
Slow down. This is what I'm. Family. Y'all listening to this, family. This is a learning lesson, family. So how people be trying to tether. This dude don't have no FBA lineage. You don't have an FBA lineage, man. You keep trying to talk
Well,
around.
that's fine. I don't rely on that.
Right, you say that. Just say that and don't be
Well, I
talking.
don't know. And see, this is the interesting thing. The same
You
thing's happening.
you don't have an FBA lineage. Like I don't know. Like I don't know where my dad's father is. I don't know. All that I don't know stuff. You just say you don't have an FBA lineage.
Look,
You don't have
the
it. You
same thing is happening here that happened.
know us who are FBA, we know. Okay? We know. We know what our damn lineage is. Let's cut the damn bullshit. We know what our lineage is. We know who our family members are. We know. We know how to ask about grandma, grandpa. Somebody didn't say something. We're not in the dark about our family members. We're just not. And if you're in the dark, that means that you are most likely and not of this soil. Y'all family
I'm
somewhere. This is the thing. They didn't came from somewhere.
well, I'm going to be looking this up right away, okay? Because I don't know. You can't blame me for not knowing. Sorry. I'm going to get on this, but um, I'm finding myself in the same position I was in the other room, and it feels uncomfortable. So I'm going to step down. I like your room. I'm going to keep listening to you, but I don't have all the information right now because
Well,
I'm not
let me
FBA or
right.
not. I can't tell you whether I am. I'm
So
sorry. I just don't have
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something real quick. The Kyle Rittenhouse situation. Are you familiar with that trial?
the event, but not the trial as much.
But you're familiar with what happened.
Oh
When
yeah, how he shot somebody. Yeah.
yeah. Do you think that was self-defense or do you think he was it was murder?
Wait, Rittenhouse. He's the one who murdered somebody, right?
Yeah, he shot the two people.
Okay. According to the news, yeah, it seemed like it was self-defense. But the more time went by and the more I started hearing stories, the more publicly they make these stories, the more there's something wrong with it. So I would assume they were trying to defend him in some way. But I don't know anything else further than that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Raj. Thank you, brother. Good Lord, man. Family. These man, listen. When people get up here and start acting like they don't know, you don't know where your grandparents came from. Come on, man. You ain't that clueless about you're not clueless about your family. I'm asking, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't You're asking me stuff that I don't know. I'm asking you about yourself. You don't know yourself? I'm asking you questions about your damn self. And when somebody they get all sketchy and quirky and they don't know nothing, that's tether. That's a lesson to the family here. This is kind of a lesson. This is a tether. That's just a tether. Let me get my brother Robbie here. We know who our family members are. We know where our grandparents are from. This ain't a trick. I wasn't asking him trick questions. Family. Brother Robbie, hop in, sir.
What's going on, Tariq? It seems to me the Freudian slip with him is he views his blackness as a disability. And what is that disability? It doesn't allow him to have white adjacency like some of these other people who are able to finesse the construct of being white. Because white is just not a social construct, it's an attitude. No foundational black American is going to sit here and waste time arguing with these white supremacists. And it seems like low key, they sent him in here to try to give you the Jack Johnson treatment. Like they want to find the great white hope to go against Tariq and find a way to like monetize our pain. But this is not a joke. This is not a game. This is real. And this is the difference between people who've dealt with oppression versus people who are offended and they're having a temper tantrum. They are having a mayonnaise temper tantrum and a meltdown, and he simply hates himself. And so he's hoping that by denigrating us or by playing dumb, which I'm glad you're highlighting this, because if some, like another thing he said, he's afraid there's going to be spillover. I wish he would have stayed on the stage because I want him to elaborate. What's the spillover? Because he's over there hearing all those white supremacists talk violently, probably, allegedly, because he's hearing, they know that we're being on code. They can't use blackness anymore, and reparations is not going anywhere. That conversation is not going anywhere. So I think it has him shook.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's over there in white supremacist spaces, and Negroes who hang out in white supremacist spaces, you're funny style anyway. And most people who hang out who's so-called melanated, who hang out in those spaces, those are tethers. FBAs don't hang out in those spaces. It's the Myron Gaines types who hang out in those spaces, these little weirdos. Yo, Beast, hop on, bro.
What's up, Tariq?
How you doing, Beast?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
I missed yesterday. I just wanted to ask you what is your synopsis of the whole Candace Owens expose with Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I touched on that a little earlier. It's like, okay, it's whatever. You know, I touched on it. I don't want to keep touching on that again. Cool HT, what's up, dear?
Hey, what's up, my cousins? Raj, to me, is a poster child for why you don't make babies with white folks. Because here's the problem. I didn't get the tether. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I didn't get the tether energy from him. What I got was a typical biracial child whose mother is white, who is completely cut off from his blackness. I actually believed him when he said, I don't know. I don't know. Because he doesn't. Because what happens, what we know with generationally from the age of his father, what probably happened with his dad was when he left the black women and he started recruiting all the white harem, right? His black family probably distanced themselves. We already know the white women who were in this cult and part of the harem or whatever the fuck else they were doing. We already know their white families weren't accepting of these little half-breed zebra kids, right? So he has no knowledge and he's so incurious about himself that he hasn't done any critical thinking or any research to find out who he is. So when you have someone like that who's lost with no barometer, no roots, no ties to their black history, to who they are, because as FBAs, we're very rooted.
Yes.
And it gives us that grounding that we need to move through life, to navigate, to know who we are, to have our swag, to have our confidence, because we know who we are and we know where we came from. He doesn't. He doesn't have a clue. And so he's in these white spaces. And because he wants to be white, accepting, he gets embarrassed because look at this little light bright dude. We'll ask him about reparations. He doesn't fucking know.
Right.
And he
Right.
got embarrassed. So, right. Just what do? When white folks, I got rejected. Let me come safe. Let me come to the safety of black folks. I'll get the answers. I'll get Tariq. Tariq will defend me. Tariq will give. That is what my takeaway was, brother.
Man, sister, you cooked on that one, sis. You cooked on that one. Man, that sister hit it right on the money. Yeah, this dude, I'm still kind of feeling a tether vibe. But yeah, his dude, that's why I asked about his dad. See, this is why I like to know the background of people who call up, because that will give us an idea of their mindset. That'll let us know who we're dealing with. And when his dad is out here with a whole harem of white women, so the dad is a super Sambo. Let's keep it a buck. That dad is a super Sambo out here in these streets. And he has a whole harem of all of these white women. You understand? So he ain't about to be pro-black. And, I don't know what type of ties his dad has with his family. And this kid is raised by this white woman, and she ain't teaching him nothing about blackness. So it's a very interesting dynamic. Let's get Sharif in the building. Let's get Mr. Sharif in the building. Sharif, what's up, brother? I'm good, my friend. How are you?
We might have a good discussion, but first I want to confront what that other guy, Raj or whatever, was saying about the whole IQ thing. It's literally pseudoscience. It's the same thing as eugenics or race realism. It's not based on any actual science. And the thing about IQ is it is a test designed and created by white people for the white education system. And so if you take a 16-year-old kid who has gone through a much worse education system than another kid who's gone through a much better education system, then it's going to be obvious that the kid who went through the better education system is going to have a much higher IQ. In the same way, if you learn an instrument as a child, you have an higher IQ. In the same way, if you learn multiple languages as a child, you have an higher IQ. So this whole idea of Black people or Africans or any other race having lower IQs, it's not corroborated by any science. I just wanted to point that out first. Second, I also wanted to say, I'm an African immigrant. I am pro reparations. I think Black people in America deserve reparations, not including me, and I completely agree with that. But there's one thing I have that I get upset about when I see some of your posts, Tariq.
Go ahead.
You constantly denigrate Africans and African culture, and I wonder why you do that.
How? Explain how I do that. I got to hear this. Go ahead. How do I do that?
I can't hear Tariq if he's speaking. Can you
hear me?
Can you pull me down, bring me back up, Tariq? I can't hear anybody.
Oh, let me hold on. Let me get you out. Can y'all hear me, everybody?
Okay. I'll rejoin Tariq because I can't hear.
Let me take you out. Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Let me hear myself. Hold on. Let me get you out. Okay. So yeah, I'm good. I can hear myself. So Sharif, let me get you back on here. Okay, because okay. Now Sharif, can you hear me now, sir? Yeah. So you said that I denigrate Africans.
Yes.
Okay. How so? How do I do that?
I see your posts, like the what's the most recent post about like the shish kebab, African kebab or whatever, and then you post like this stupid video of like this very slimy African food. It's literally, but it's literally just Africans making fools of themselves to get views on TikTok to make money. It does not represent the entirety of African peoples.
So sharing videos that they post themselves, that's denigrating them.
But would it be fair to say that there's some videos that Black Americans post of themselves that makes themselves look bad too?
Yeah, and Africans and Caribbeans come over here and make a grip off of it. They come over here and make a grip off showing degrading images of foundational Black Americans. World Star was built off that. A Haitian tether named Q came over here, started World Star, and found bottom of the barrel videos of Black folks fighting in the hood and made a grip off of it. DJ Academics, he got his career doing Chicago crime videos. He's Jamaican. Shade Room, they did a whole bunch, and they still do to a certain degree, show a bunch of weird images of foundational Black Americans. Media Takeout, a Ugandan tether, had a website showing degrading images of foundational Black Americans. But they would always show positive images of Africans, though. They would always show African weddings and all of this stuff. But Bossip, another non-FBA ran site that shows degrading images of foundational Black Americans. Television shows like Loving Hip Hop, Mona Scott Young, a Haitian immigrant who shows the most degrading images of Black people on national television. So people from your motherland and from the Caribbean come over here all the time and make a grip showing the most degrading images of foundational Black Americans, and then want to cry foul when all I do is repost videos of their homeland. And these are not videos that's being cherry picked. These are the videos that are coming out of there. So yeah, I don't degrade anybody. I do the same thing that they do to us. I show what goes on over there like y'all show what goes on over in the hood over here, right?
Okay, so I think that's wrong too. That's absolutely disgusting that they do that. I was lucky enough that my mother informed me about the strife that Black people have gone through, and I mean, it's obviously wrong when immigrant Africans or Jamaicans or Haitians do that and try to denigrate Black Americans. But what I'm saying is, I think it's part of the white supremacy. They feel the need to do this and to portray Black people in a negative light because it will appease the white people.
Then you need to holler at them before you holler at us.
But what
you
I'm
need to at them, holler at them. You ain't hollering at them, and they do it all the time. They denigrate us all the time.
Oh, I holler at them all the time. I hate Myron Gaines. I think he's garbage.
People talk about Sexy Red. They said her manager is Caribbean. So yeah, they come over here and show these wild negative images of us all the time. Nothing positive. At least I balance stuff out by showing positive images of Africa. When I go over there, I show people nothing but respect. I try to show as much positivity as I can find over there. Even with Haiti, I did the movie about the Haitian Revolution that's being taught in schools over there. So while Mona Scott is coming here from Haiti showing ratchet fights, I'm going over there showing their history in a positive light.
Tariq, though, are you aware that the Haitians were the first nation to abolish slavery in 1804, and that they actually helped the American slaves evacuate, like the American slaves who would become liberated went to Haiti at first, right? You're
Not
aware of that, right?
No, that's not true. That's not true. What you just said is not true. They did some great things over in Haiti, but yeah, that really didn't have too much of an effect on us. We had our own liberation movements over here. The first emancipated slaves over here in the US did not go to Haiti. We went to the Great Dismal Swamp. We created a sanctuary area right here in the United States that never took an L. I got a movie about it called American Maroon. We had places to go right here. We were going down to Florida. That's what the Seminole Wars were about. Florida's were that was a sanctuary place because we made a deal with Spain. So yeah, we had places here that we can go and chill and regroup and get it together. We had people like Harriet Tubman. She didn't go to no damn Haiti. She was going in the Great Dismal Swamp, going up and down from the south and the north. We had John Horse, the great Maroon leader from the Black Seminoles, who's one of the greatest leaders in military history because he was whooping white folks up and down Florida, going all across the country, galvanizing his people, starting towns in Oklahoma. Went down in Mexico and created a deal with them to protect their border. He was knocking off Texas Rangers, knocking off hostile red natives, and that man never took an L. He died of old age. All of these other folks took L's. Our people,
Okay.
some of them even take L's. So I know our history, brother, but go ahead.
Tariq, so what I want to kind of say is that white people do not differentiate as much as you might think they do between Africans and African immigrants, or like people whose ancestors were slaves in America, right? They just see Black people. And can I? Sorry, go ahead.
And that means what? What does that mean? Because
so what I want to say is, you as a leader of FBA, I think you need to do. You need to be.
I'm not a. How am I a leader of a lineage?
No, you're an outspoken voice of the FBA, correct?
Yeah, but I'm not a leader of a lineage.
Well, you're one of the leaders. You're one of the most prominent voices, at least on Twitter, right?
No, I'm not a leader of a lineage. How can you be a leader?
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about the lineage. I'm talking about the movement, the FBA movement, and the need, the search for reparations for Black people.
I'm a global influence. I'm a very influential person, but I'm not a leader of a lineage. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think you should be the bigger person and not degrade yourself into dealing in the same tactics that some Africans do in how they try to degrade Black Americans.
Great.
And let me, if it's okay, Tariq, I just want to finish with this. What I want to say is,
for me, you don't. First of all, you don't speak for me. You can't speak for me. I've never degraded myself. You can't speak for me.
No, I'm not saying you degrade yourself. I'm saying you, as one of the most influential figures for the FBAs, need to be the bigger man. That's what I'm saying.
The bigger man for what? I'm already the bigger man.
This war between like racist Africans who think Black Americans are garbage. These kind of people. I'm telling you, they're not the majority of African immigrants. And I think it's when they do that, when they talk like badly about Black Americans and Black American culture, they're adhering to white supremacy. And when you do it to Africans, you're also adhering in some way to white supremacy.
No, I'm not. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to be on their bumper, and I'm going to be on their bumper heavy. All gas, no brakes. The bigger man don't let people come over here and denigrate our people and try to undermine our people when my people help their asses. The bigger man says, hey, enough is enough.
But what about me, Tariq?
Hold on, you're going to listen to me. The bigger man don't let tethers like Kamala Harris come over here and cosplay our lineage while she gives our resources to other groups and tell us what the hell she ain't gonna do. The bigger man puts a stop to that. A bigger man puts a stop to the lineage of Barack Obama, who came over here after we elevated him and gave all of our resources to everybody and didn't do anything for foundational Black Americans. The bigger man says enough is enough. The problem is these tethers who come over here, it's not just them doing little stuff online. They raise up in the ranks and then they become political leaders and then they start doing this stuff on a massive scale. So yes, I'm going to be on everybody's bumper because we've let this nonsense and tethering go on long enough and it's starting to affect us in a negative way. And these people will get into a damn ethnogenocide against us and that's not going to happen. So I'm going to be on everybody's bumper. I'm going to be on everybody's neck. If you are an anti-FBA tether, your ass is grass on these parts of town. That's the new norm, brother. And
So-
that's what the big man does. The big man protects his people and protects his lineage. It is not my job to sit here and let tethers go around undermining us nonstop, degrading us nonstop, draining our resources nonstop when we're the only people who have helped these folks. Hell to the damn no. Y'all gonna get all the smoke. It's up. From now on, it's up. Everybody's gonna get some damn act right around here. That's what the big man does. It's up. You understand me?
I understand you. I understand you completely. But like, let me ask this. What about me? And not just me, what about all the other Africans who now live in Canada and America, etc., who actually completely agree with foundational Black Americans and who do not denigrate or try to make Black Americans look bad and who stand with them in their seek for reparations? Like, and what I'm saying with that is what I'm saying is I think the vast majority of African immigrants actually are pro-Black American, more so than the people who try to attack Black Americans.
Sir, the reality is we as foundational Black Americans, we have been, and by the way, Sharif, what part of Africa are you from again? Is it Morocco? Where are you from again?
I'm from Egypt. I'm from Egypt.
From Egypt. Okay. Family, Brother Sharif, your people come over here from all over Africa after we've helped them. Let me reiterate this. Foundational Black Americans, we're the only people who help African folks without wanting anything in return. Do you understand that? I want you to acknowledge that truth. When we go to Africa to visit, we go out of racial solidarity to say, hey, these are our African brothers. We want to make sure that they're good. We want to make sure they need some food. We'll give them whatever we need to give them. We're not going over there like the Asians, trying to exploit your resources, get your gold. We're not going over there like the white supremacists. We're not going over there like the Belgians. We're not going over there like the Portuguese.
Believe me, I know all about neocolonialism for sure.
We're not over there like the Arabs. We're not going over there trying to drain your resources and exploit you. We're the only people who go. We're not trying to beat you into another language. You understand?
Okay, so to count to talk, that's a good point, Tariq. Right? You were alluding to what you as Black Americans do in Africa, and you are assuming that's the majority of Black Americans. And at the same time, though, you are assuming that Africans who try to denounce Black Americans or try to make Black Americans look bad are the majority, when actually that's a minority. In the same way, you as Black Americans go to Africa and you create equitable trade with those nations. And that same way, I'm saying most Africans who come to America are actually looking to actually agree with Black Americans and understand the plight they go through.
So what we're seeing, sir, when people come over here, many of them go out of their way to say, hey, when we get resources, keep them resources away from the foundational Black Americans. So you come over, you have your own little ethnic enclaves.
No,
I
think you're generalizing though, Tariq, and you're
I'm,
going against what I'm saying. I'm saying most African immigrants do not think that way, myself included.
Really?
I don't. I think you deserve reparations, not myself included.
Why? I live in LA. Why we got little Ethiopia and little places like that?
But go to little Ethiopia and ask most Black most Ethiopians if Black people have been impoverished historically within America and mistreated, and if they deserve some sort of reparation. Most of them will probably say, yeah, they do, to be honest.
No, be real. Y'all come over here and form your little enclaves, form your little neighborhoods, and you go to your separate church. You're not giving the money to the foundational Black American church. You get your own Christian church, and they hoard their little resources off to themselves. Now, if there's a Juneteenth program, they're going to be first in line for that. Now,
no, I don't agree. I don't agree. Anybody who is a second or third generation or first generation immigrant is
right?
not.
No. Yeah, do anything for them. Anything they generate, they make sure nobody touches it. But if we have a
okay, so they've also basically, you're saying they've created their own community.
When they come over here and have their little enclaves, they make sure we ain't touching none of the resources that come from it. They make sure we don't touch any of it. Anything we get, they're first in damn line, though. When foundational Black Americans get something, if there's a minority program, a diversity program that we didn't fought for, some type of set-aside program, or some kind of cultural program based on what we've created, they're going to be first in line. So, unfortunately, there's a very exploitive relationship there, not with all, but hell, a significant number. The number is too significant to not negate. We're not going to negate it. Everybody ain't doing it, but a significant number, they're doing it. And that is an issue. And now we have these people, many of these folks in political office, and all of them are in benign neglect policies against us. None of them are giving us resources. All of them, 100% of them, sir. That is a problem. Now go.
So you know what I think it is, and somebody actually mentioned something. I think it's a very good point. He said tethers are a loud minority. I think that's what it is. They're a minority, but they're loud. And I think what happens is African immigrants who are first, second, third gen, etc., when they come here, the successful ones, they develop what's called survivorship bias, where they think, oh, because they made it, every single Black person can make it. And then they develop this whole ideology of pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And then that's when they start denigrating, attacking Black Americans for not pulling themselves by up by their bootstraps, so to speak, right?
No,
but I think that does not.
Okay, slow down. No, because, sir, we got immigrants over here driving an Uber talking about we got to stay away from the Akatas. You're running around here delivering for Postmates talking about we got to stay away from the Jairs and the Abids. These are not people that are upwardly mobile. These people are on the bottom of the barrel with the nerve to have some type of superiority complex. It's real weird.
Are those African Uber drivers really against FBA?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
And we listened to them, sir. We heard them. We
on
hear
Twitter.
them.
Twitter's a microcosm.
Sir, no, these same people on Twitter, when they get in political office, they do the same thing.
Yeah, but they're successful politicians. not just an Uber driver, for example, which is the vast.
That's the thing. So no matter what position they're in, they have the same mindset.
No, I'm saying the uber successful Africans or even the uber successful Black Americans will often turn on their kind and denounce the system that has impoverished them or given them less opportunities because they were able to escape those lack of opportunities by luck. And then those are the people I think you're assuming are the majority of.
Saying words now, Sharif. You're just kind of saying words. It's not connecting, sir. You're just saying.
I think I made perfect sense.
Yeah, it's not. It's just you're connecting words that's not making any sense. You're just kind of, it's getting babblish. Let me get my brother Mikal on real quickly. Brother Mikal, please, sir. My good brother, how are you, sir? Please address Sharif, sir.
Sharif, how are you?
I'm all right. You have me blocked, but it's all good.
Yeah, because you're a hypocrite. I told you that before. Remember?
I don't remember, no.
Okay, I'm reminding you. How many billions of dollars a year do your people, meaning the Arab cosplaying Egyptians, generate as a result of digging up mummies and inviting tourism to see those pyramids? How many billions?
You're barking up the wrong tree because I hate my government.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. Hundreds of billions. And those dollars are being used by your people to buy weapons from the West to threaten Black nations like Ethiopia with regard to what they can do with their Nile Valley water. Remember we had this conversation?
I understand.
You are an Arab. You know what that means?
But now you're generalizing me because I actually agree.
No. You are an Arab. You are a descendant of the Sea people.
No, because of who I am, you're deciding what my opinions are going to be, basically.
No, I'm deciding that you are a contradiction and a hypocrite.
No, because I hate my government, and I understand they are part of the globalist
and that your people are organizing with the Somalis to attack Ethiopia because they bootstrap the Ethiopians bootstrap billions of dollars to build their own dam.
Who controls our government?
You are a walking
Who controls our government,
sir.
Mikal?
Who controls you?
The CIA controls our government.
Get out of Black American and African business. You're an Arab. I'll land.
The CIA controls our government. Do you understand? We had a revolution in 2011, and we had Morsi voted into power, who would have not stood for what's happening in Ethiopia and even Sudan as well. But he got insurrected. He got pushed out of office because the CIA operated a coup d'etat and paid off the Egyptian military generals to imprison Morsi. And then they put in Sisi in power, who's another puppet Manchurian candidate of America, the same as Mubarak for 35 years. Now, if you look at Anwar Sadat before 1973, and you look at Abdel Nasser before then, none of these presidents, the actual presidents of Egypt, were for anything that was happening within these inter-African wars that were happening. This is all instituted by the West, by the CIA, and to ensure that Africa and the Middle East remains insolvent and remains constantly warring between each other. They create all these problems.
Sharif, how long have you been in Canada?
What, sorry?
How long have you been in Canada?
Most of my life.
So you immigrated there when you were a kid, right?
I was born here.
Okay, so they anchored you here. Okay, let's get Love I Am to come chop it up with you. Love I Am, hey beloved.
Hey, how you doing? Sharif, you have no value to add to this conversation. I don't know if you realize you're speaking to a grown-ass man. So you will never be able to inform his perspective on his own perspective. And so what it seems you're trying to do is superimpose your ideas from a outside looking in position, and you have no position. And I don't know what happened with you all, but Black Americans, we heavily emphasize minding our business. So even as you try to propose solutions for our group as a non-member of our group, despite having zero effectiveness in remedying your own situations, all of that is taken into consideration when you just think you're giving a suggestion, but we're literally considering all of those things. We're considering, wow, these people are not effective in addressing their own issues. They're in our business. We're creating these boundaries, they're violating them. They think they have a position to inform our perspective, they don't. So all of those things are taken into consideration. I just think you need to mind your business, Sharif, and I've told you that before, and I do have you
I mean,
blocked as well.
I'm not
So
trying to
yeah,
insert my opinion, love.
I know what
I'm
you're
not
not
trying to.
trying to do, but
No,
you're
no,
doing it, and we're
no,
literally
but
telling you you don't add any value to this conversation.
no.
You need to
I'm
mind your
not saying what
business.
Black Americans should or shouldn't do. All I'm doing is giving
But
you
that's
my
what you told
perspective
him.
as an
You told
no,
him what
no,
he should do.
no,
You
no.
did. You literally explicitly
Okay,
stated it should be the
but no,
bigger
no, no, no.
man. You're talking
Not in
to a
terms of
grown ass
policies.
man.
Not in terms
You
of
weird.
policies. What I am saying is that there's a need to not get involved with low levels of behavior like Africans trying to denigrate Black Americans. And all I'm saying, I'm giving my perspective as an African immigrant who actually agrees with the FBA. That I'm giving my perspective about. I'm not saying what you guys should do or how you should do it or how you're going to get the reparations you deserve. All I'm saying is by you.
We slow down. Here's what our sister Love and Brother McCall and what a lot of us are saying, sir. While you're trying to give me advice on how to deal with your fellow immigrants, you don't have the wherewithal to do that.
They're not my fellow immigrants, though, Tariq.
They are.
I don't appertain to those assholes who are trying to use statistics to make Black people in America look bad.
They're immigrants like you. They too are immigrants. They're not from here. So when they come to us a certain way, we're going to deal with them the FBA way. We're going to deal with them how we deal with them, and we're going to do things from an effective standpoint. We're not going to sit up. It's not our duty to sit here and let people denigrate and degrade us. You're not going to tell us that, oh, they're low-hanging fruit or they're insignificant. No, we've had that mindset where they were kind of insignificant for a long time, and we just kind of sat on our hands and ignored some of these folks. And now we got a Kamala Harris running around here. We got a Barack Obama running around here. We got a whole bunch of tethers in the Congressional Black Caucus running around here, and that's a problem. We got these people on our reparations task force agencies telling us what we shouldn't get and acting a fool when it comes to our resources. So yeah, we're going to handle them a certain way. We're going to deal with them the way we deal with them. And we're going to look at everybody's paperwork. We're going to call everybody out from top to bottom. And we feel that that's the most effective way to handle business for ourselves, sir. Because you're not at liberty to give us advice when you come from, unfortunately, you do come from a fleeing background, sir. You are not in your homeland. You hate your government. You're over here in North America. You're in Canada. But yeah, it didn't work for you. So we cannot get advice from you. And you haven't done anything that actually works, Sharif. This is what people are saying.
Okay,
Does that
Tariq,
make
I understand. I hate the Egyptian government because they are Manchurian candidate. They are a puppet regime of America. That's why I hate them. Not because I hate my Egyptian peoples. The vast majority of Egyptian peoples hate their government because they are controlled by the CIA. Secondly, I hate the Canadian government for the same reasons. If I was American, I would hate the American government because of the way
oh,
they function.
thank you. I just got bored all of a sudden. Okay, he's explaining. Okay, Sharif, thank you. I just got bored with Sharif. He's splaining. He's desert splaining. God, okay.
Hello.
What's up? We got Stanky Stacy. What's up, Stanky Stacy? Where you been, dear?
Why you gotta call me Stanky? That's
Well,
okay though. What
it's
we
okay.
talking about politics though? Cause I will bury a bitch that want to talk shit about me. Anybody
Oh,
want to come up?
oh,
Go ahead. But you
oh,
know
oh,
what? You want to call me Stanky? That's okay.
I mean,
You know what? That's catchy as fuck.
It's very catchy. Stanky Stacy works. I mean, you know your OnlyFans material is real stanky. It's stanky, but it's okay. It's not a bad thing. Stanky is good if it can make money. Is everything? Are you all right over there? Everything good? Stanky Stacy, you good?
I'm trying. I was trying to unmute myself.
Oh,
You know what? Stanky Stacy, get it, hun. Get it, hun. I love that shit. I love it. That rhymed though. That was nice. But are we talking politics though?
yeah. I don't know if I'm going to talk politics with an OnlyFans.
Oh, really? Does that hurt you? Because I don't give a
Hurt
fuck about that. You know what? Everybody's like, oh my God, she's OnlyFans. No, I'm a much more than that. So go ahead and talk politics. I'm fucking smart as fuck. So let's go ahead with that.
Okay, well, give us your expertise on politics. Go ahead, Stanky Stacy. Tell
Oh,
us. Give us your.
you can call me Stinky Stacy. I'm 100% Donald Trump. You know why? I used to be like, oh my God, I'm a Democrat. You want to go on that? You want to go on that? Hello? Hello? Did I lose you on that?
This the political astuteness you're telling us about, Stanky Stacy?
Oh no, let me get you all on the Democrat train because you guys are black, man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Stacy, stick to dildos and lube, okay? Thank you, beloved. All right, you're not politically astute. All right, just go and turn the camera on and get the lubrication ready. All right, stick to that, beloved. Stick to what you know. And then let's stay off the narcotics. You got to have a clear mind there. Let's get Nadeem Kaya. Nadeem Kaya. Mr. Nadeem. Nadeem, you want to mute your microphone, sir?
Selam.
Hey, how are you, Nadeem?
No İngiliz. No
Oh,
İngiliz.
no
Ben
English.
Türk.
Turkish?
Turkish. No İngiliz.
Okay, then why are you calling, sir?
Okay.
Why are you how do you say what the hell you calling for in Turkish or Arabic? What? Okay. Okay. Nadeem, did you want anything, sir? Nadeem? Why
Sizi
would
dinliyorum.
you did what?
Ben Türkçe biliyorum. No İngiliz. My name is Nedim.
Okay. Did you eat some baklava today?
No İngiliz.
Get your ass off here and make some coffee somewhere, man. Damn. Why do y'all be calling from like the Middle East and y'all be calling and can't speak a lick of English? What do y'all want? Y'all be calling from Pakistan. Hello. Hello, is this I want a 7-Eleven Slurpee? Okay, I don't y'all just want to hear yourself talk. Y'all trying to get pen pals? What do you want? I don't know why y'all here. Y'all see a bunch of people and y'all like, hey, we got to figure out some kind of scam. There's got to be a way I can scam somebody. They see all these people. They're like, hey, that's money on the table. Lord, man. He just hadn't figured out what the scam is. He's trying to figure out a scam. Hello, I am a starving child. I need some Cash App money. Help me. I am 12 years old. I have not eaten in 3 months. They're trying to figure out some kind of scam. Let's get Spook Money in the building. Mr. Spook Money. Hop in, Spook Money, and then we're gonna get Danny V. Spook Money. And then we're gonna get Stephen Whale. All right, Spook, you ready?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on with you?
Nothing much, nothing much. Hey, man, you killed him. That dude that was on here, hey, he was just a lost soul. I know that was a little while ago, but that's when I really actually pushed the request button. But yeah, that's crazy because us as black people, we'll never go around some white people that don't like us. You know what I'm saying? So he's just a lost soul. But yeah, that's all I had to say. You.
Brother, thank you so much. Let's get Danny. Danny in the building.
What's up, Tariq?
Hey, Danny, how are you?
I just got a question about what percentage would you need to be FBA? Like, what percentage of black?
Not a percentage, it's a parent. It's a lineage. The lineage.
Well, I mean, my shit got diluted a lot, but my
How?
great.
How did it get diluted? Your lineage is your lineage. Your
All right,
lineage.
well, it's got a lot of white. So what happened was, if you Google Norman Simmons, he was an American musician out of Chicago. That's my great grandfather. So
Okay.
he had a daughter with my great grandmother, and she's full white.
Now what are
So
you? Now what are you?
now my dad's half black, half white, and then my mom's full Puerto Rican.
Okay. So that means that you probably classify yourself as white now.
Okay,
Yeah. Your dad. Now where's your dad from? And Norman
he's from
Simmons.
Chicago.
And Norman Simmons is from your dad's side.
Yeah, yeah,
That's your dad's what?
grandfather.
Okay. Where's Norman Simmons from? Originally.
Chicago. If you Google his name, it'll pop up. You see everything about him. But he's from Chicago. That's all I know.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
yeah. That's is he your great granddad?
yeah, yep,
Okay. So yeah, he would yeah, so that's your great granddad.
yeah,
And you are, but the thing is, here's the problem. Uh, you are most likely passing for white.
yeah. I mean,
That's the thing.
you could say that. When I don't get a lot of sun, I do look white.
Yeah, you're passing for white. So um you're not eligible because you're not classified as black. That's the thing. That's the great thing about how to check the lineage. You are not a foundational black American right now.
Okay, I got you.
You
All
see
right.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
yep, yep. That's all I wanted to know.
But there you go. And that's a great question he asked. See, this is why words matter. Family, this is why words matter. That's why the term foundational black American is a very Trump tight word. It's a solid word. It's a solid term. So when people come in and try to circle back when they negate their blackness and they see, oops, there might be some money coming. Let me circle back. No, no, no, no, no. You have to currently be a foundational black American. Yeah. And you're classified as white. When he said Puerto Rican and his dad has white, no, no, no. That's him. You classified as white now. If you're classified as white now, that negated anything. Everything is nullified. That nullified um, any type of compensatory justice because now you're not classified as black anymore. You're not a foundational black American. You're classified as white. You cannot be both. You cannot be a foundational black American and white. You can't be both. You understand? This is why we got it. This is how we got to gatekeep. We got to use terms that gatekeep the game. Giancarlo, I see you down there trying to get some attention. I'll get you in a minute. Stephen, hop in, sir. Stephen, hop in. Stephen. All right. You're not saying anything. Let me get Giancarlo, the Venezuelan fleeing anchor baby. Giancarlo, I had Giancarlo on last night. He's a
Hey, yeah, sir. You were talking about Black American inventions. Why can't you guys invent yourselves out of poverty? Why do you need handouts? Is what I
we're not Venezuela like your broke family, sir.
or one thing. Why do you want an African? Why do you want
We're not in Venezuela with your broke family
why
fleeing all
why
over.
do you want Afro Puerto Rican?
Why are you so broke in your homeland and you over here with us, Giancarlo?
Because
Why,
I'm talking to real Americans here, sir.
right,
Because I am a Latin American.
you ain't in Venezuela where your family fled from, sir. Why ain't you doing that? Why are you over there fixing
This
that,
is
sir?
why words matter, sir. Because
Words
I
do
am
matter.
Latin American.
Why fleeing matters. You fled over here to us because you couldn't cut it in your broke, dusty, dilapidated homeland, sir. You're over here with us. And did you think of anything y'all invented down there, sir? When I asked you last night, you got flustered because you couldn't
No, sir. Because I have natural resources. If you're talking about Venezuela, you're doing no.
resources. Are you going to try to take claim for natural resources, something you ain't got nothing to do with?
Well, it
Really?
comes from my homeland, sir. I mean, do you use a car, right? I mean, unless you're a Democrat, you use an electric car. You
You
don't
ain't
use oil.
fool, you ain't got nothing to do with natural resources. That was there millions of years ago. You didn't have anything to do with that. So you didn't invent nothing, sir.
But it's something that is used every day, sir, whether you
And no,
like it or not.
and you ain't benefiting from it. It ain't anything that you created or benefited from. The white people are going over there exploiting it. The Anglos, and you're a wannabe white, you didn't invent anything, sir. You can't point to anything you've invented, and you got a lot of nerve to point the finger.
Yeah, because you had a black supremacist in your space talking about Venezuela and that 1 in 4 women get abused. There's slavery still in Africa, sir. In the
I
real Africa.
don't live in Africa. Yeah, I don't live in Africa.
You you know the kids that are getting exploited.
I don't live in Africa, sir. Go holler at them. I'm a foundational Black American. We're not African. That's not a
Okay,
flex
I'm just clarifying because you had your.
assault on us, Giancarlo. But you a broke ass Venezuelan who had to flee. You understand? We ain't fleeing, right? Come on, Giancarlo.
You
Gian
guys don't flee because they take your passports away. When you have a baby, 1 or 2 baby mom.
got passports. We just don't flee. When we leave, we bring our ass back like you're supposed to. We don't
No, you just can't leave the country, sir.
impose ourselves on other people like damn leeches. We're thorough enough to stand on our own 2 feet. We ain't got to leech off people, sir. Right? Go ahead, Giancarlo, the fleeing tether.
Who leeches though? I mean, do you see?
You ain't in your homeland. You over here eating off us and being disrespectful.
You're not in your homeland.
If it weren't for us, you'd be down there in South America riding a donkey, picking coffee beans right now, digging headlights out of your
And if
ass.
it wasn't for a white man, you would be in.
Oh, it wasn't for white man nothing. They didn't do nothing for us. We were their come up. They didn't do a damn thing for us. Everything we got it out the mud. The white supremacists ain't never done nothing for us. Everything foundational Black Americans got, we got it out the mud. If it weren't for us, the white supremacists would be in Europe eating a potato, beating on a woman in a cave somewhere. So you stop that,
Yeah,
sir.
right. Yeah, because you taught them how to farm. You taught this,
Yeah, because they were over here starving. The Anglos that
and
you
you taught the land.
Anglos you want to be like, they were over here starving. And in South America, in Central America, y'all didn't learn how to cultivate wheat until a Black man taught you. Juan Garrido, he was the one who taught you how to cultivate wheat. That was a Black Moor. Look him up, Juan Garrido. So yeah, stop it, sir.
Yeah, we don't smoke weed. That's
You're just saying stuff, sir. Your trolling is corny, Giancarlo. I would be insecure too if I was fleeing all over the place.
well, sir. I don't have an inferiority complex. That is your.
Yeah, sir, you're very inferior. You want to be white. You fled from your homeland. You try to cosplay as us. You're ashamed of your lineage. Yeah, sir, you got a very, very major an insecurity complex. You're very
No, I
insecure.
want you guys to be proud, happy Americans. I don't.
We are, sir, we are the only true Americans, sir. We're the only, we represent what America is supposed to be. We are the only true Americans, sir. We're non-immigrants, sir.
Well, the
Um,
Latin Americans will have something to say for that, sir. This is our side of the world, like I said yesterday. We're
how
gonna have to learn to live with each other, whether you like it or not.
was
Trump
it
is.
your was it your side of the world and you just fleeing up here? What you talking about? What have you created, sir? You can't even name one invention you've done.
Sir, the Spaniards founded this side of the world. If you
You
don't
ain't
understand, America wasn't.
Spanish, sir. You ain't Spanish, Giancarlo.
And you're not American, sir.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, sir. Yes, I am. I come from the only true American, sir.
Yeah, what
I
was your tribe called, sir?
American culture, sir. American culture is foundational Black American culture, sir. You ain't Spanish. I've been in my homeland here in America for centuries. You can't go to Spain, sir. Can you? Your ass
Yeah, they actually welcome us with visas, actually, sir.
no,
Yeah, we get to
no,
go in
no,
there and
no,
work.
they don't. Look at y'all like bastardized mongrels, sir. I've been to Spain. They don't look at you as one of them, sir, and you know it. That's why you're not over there, right? Come on, Giancarlo. That's why y'all don't never go to Spain. Holler my
No,
cheese.
because the American imperialists didn't want the Spanish here. That's why the French and the English were here. Haiti is what it is because of the French, and the Americans, well, they have you guys. So it says much as it is. They didn't mix with you guys. That was the issue. Colonization was different. The Portuguese had the roots in Africa already. They were the first ones to know about this. This is why Brazil's a big country that speaks Portuguese. And they don't claim you, sir. Just as the Dominicans don't claim you.
Who don't claim? What you talking about? Who claim us? Who?
No, well, you tethers that want to claim to like Afro Latinos or whatever, because you
Who
guys don't want
claim?
to call yourself African American. You want.
What are you talking about? Who don't claim us, and who are we trying to get claimed by?
Well, I'm saying because you guys want to claim the Dominicans. It's not like the Dominicans want to claim you,
We
but
don't
you guys want to.
damn Dominican. What the hell? What kind of fantasizing are you doing? What you fantasizing? Don't nobody FBAs give a damn about no damn Dominicans? Okay, get off, man. You just saying shit. Get out of here. Okay, you just saying any damn thing. We don't nobody give a damn about no damn Dominicans. We ain't trying to claim you. Who are you to claim? If you don't get off here talking that nonsense, you sound stupid as hell. Hey, man, when y'all you just ran out of troll material. And if you don't stop, Steven, are you ready to get on? All right, let me get Steven out of here. Let me get my brother EJ in the building. Let me get Steve out of here. Brother EJ, hop on. Brother EJ, hop on, sir.
Hey, brother Tariq, how you doing, player?
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I had to rise out of my bed like the Undertaker, cause Coon Carlo, he's definitely over there overdosing off Goya powder and stepping on coca leaves. Cause this just goes to show you that people like him, who has hatred and vitriol for their homeland, they'll never go back to their homeland. He's so busy in a place in an unknown location, wherever he's at, twerking for Corona bottles and just stepping on roaches. So the moral of the story is Coon Carlo is overdosing off Goya powder and he's doing something and getting high off his own supply. See, this is the problem with these tethers, especially from these South American countries that done fled and got their cocaine cowboys on. They got so much hatred and vitriol for their people in their homeland that they can't even go back to their homeland without, running from a village or being on the track just selling their body for loose change. So this just goes to show you that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and Spit Carlo just need to go sit down and set his ass up because he don't represent real Venezuelan people, let alone any people in South America who want to make their countries a better place. So the moral of the story is, get down and lay down and just get smacked upside your head with a brick of cocaine. Thank you, brother Tariq, for letting me come on and keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, boy, these folks, man. Yeah, there's a lot of insecurities when folks got to run all over the place. Let's be real. There's these people who are running all over the place and hiding, and you got to go get sanctuary in all these different countries. You always got to be in our spaces trying to project your weird nonsense. Instead, it's never the people that decimated your homelands. All across the board, you're never mad over in Africa. You're not mad at the Chinese for smacking you around over there. You're not mad at the British. Some of the guys in the Caribbean, you're not mad at the French for smacking down on you. Parts of East Africa, the Somalis, and they're not mad at the Arabs for smashing down on them. All the people who didn't smash down on them, they didn't pull the Jedi mind trick. You desire to be like them. And the only people that has stood up for you without wanting anything is us. And the vitriol is always towards us. Let me tell you what that's about. And I talked about this before. The book 48 Laws of Power talked about that too. Sometimes, and I did a deep dive on when you help certain people. When you help people, that psychologically, when you're supposed to be equals, and then you are in a position to help another group of people, when you help certain people and you're supposed to be equals, the minute you help them and try to elevate them, on a subconscious level in their mind, they look at that as an unequal relationship. Now they feel less than because they had to be lifted up by you. So now they feel beneath you because you had to lift them up. And then that makes them insecure and contemptuous because now the relationship is not equal. Because people talk Pan-Africanist, Pan-Africanist, Pan-Africanist, and that's supposed to be about Black folks having an equal camaraderie globally. But the thing is, it's always foundational Black Americans having to elevate and save people and help people. It's never the other way around. It's us always helping people. And the more we help these people, the more insecure they feel. Because when we help people and we always come to the rescue, we are looked at as global heroes. That's why anywhere you go around the world, there's murals of foundational Black Americans. There's worship of foundational Black Americans, emulating of foundational Black Americans. Even down there in Giancarlo's homeland, Venezuela, you got them rapping and dancing and dressing like us and doing graffiti like us. You understand? Hugo Chavez, he's a writer. He's inspired by us. You understand? So when these people who come from these majority Black countries, where it's just nothing but Black folks, a sea of Black faces, you have to sit here and watch us over here, who are 12% of the population, be the face of global Blackness that messes with you. Many of them, it messes with them. That a group of people who are in the belly of the beast, who's a minority over here, who's dealt with the most egregious forms of oppression, that they over there, they have not dealt with what we've dealt with over here, but we've dealt with it, absorbed it, and survived it, and then stayed 10 toes down and then got up out of it, dusted ourselves off, made sure we were good, and then say, we're going to make sure everybody else is good too. Nobody on earth has done that in recorded history. Nobody has done what foundational Black Americans have done in recorded history. Nobody has been through that and got out of it and dusted themselves off and became a cultural influence around the world. Nobody has done that. In order for a particular ethnic group to become a dominant culture worldwide, they have to go around beating people and maiming and assaulting people. They got to go in there with weapons. We did it based on our Majara spirit, sir. Giancarlo, I see you giving the thumbs down with your little old pudgy, insecure ass. That bothers the people like Giancarlo and others. That foundational Black Americans are so thorough that we absorbed and survived such egregious and horrific behavior and didn't flee all over the place, and we still stand courageous after all of that, and we still fight. We're the only people who are consistently fighting against the oppressive system without fleeing. That's just unfathomable to people around the world. What's in those FBA people? My goodness. And the fact that you don't have it, that bothers you because you had to come flee and be around us. You didn't flee to Spain, Giancarlo. When y'all flee, you're not fleeing to these places that colonize you. You're not fleeing to Portugal. You're not fleeing to France. You're not fleeing to Britain. Some people do, but not all. You're not fleeing to Saudi Arabia. You come right up around foundational Black Americans because that's where you can get protection, and that's where we've made a lane for melanated immigrants to come up and grow in life. No other place has created a lane for you. I want some of these folks to understand. That's why we don't tolerate any kind of damn disrespect. You can't go nowhere and come up because nobody created a lane for your ass to go and come up. The only people who created that lane for you is us. You understand? There's going to be some respect from now on. Let's get genius in here. Well, let's get a lot of people in here. Well, let's get United We Stand. United We Stand, hop on in here. United We Stand, hop on in. Unmute your microphone, sir.
Tariq, is that me? You're talking United?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate your space, man. I'm a white guy. Give you a little background. I'll be brief. I'll be mindful of the other speakers over here. I won't be long-winded, and I'll be respectful. You know,
Yeah.
These spaces I'm learning. What it means to be foundational Black America. Me being 2 years older than you, growing up in Chicago. I appreciate the well-spoken Black Americans in this country. And with that, I want to give you a little background. I grew up in north side Chicago in the projects. I grew up in the era in the 80s when Jordan was fighting over there, Bill Laimbeer in your neck of the woods over there. I want to say is I want to talk real quickly about the NAFTA agreement and how it affected the Black community in Detroit. And I noticed that you're a native of Detroit. And I want to ask you, with my knowledge about NAFTA, when Bill Clinton got it stamped into law in 1994, I personally seen it affect and send those jobs in Michigan south of the border, which at that time, they had 80% manufacturing and 20%, which out of all the states got affected by NAFTA, it was the Detroit, the Ypsilanti, and all those auto part manufacturer mom and pop business, as well as the big autos over there as well. I wanted to pick your brain, sir, and how you felt that how NAFTA has affected the Black community, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans.
Right. There's so many policies that are put together to undermine us. So that's nothing new. There's so many things that have been put together to undermine us. So it's just another chink on the chain, man. Um, when they started building railroad systems in certain urban areas, that was to uproot us. When they were building certain parks in certain areas, that was to kind of dissipate the Black business districts. When they were building freeways, that was to undermine and uproot a lot of Black businesses. So they always done little things. They would rezone areas to undermine our businesses. The other day, I was talking about how they created the bar, having to pass the bar out there in South Carolina in order to stop Black people from becoming lawyers, because it was easier to become a lawyer. You didn't have to go through a bar. You didn't have to pass a bar at one point, but when they saw so many Black people were becoming lawyers, they needed a governing body to kind of say yay or nay. So that's why they created the bar. So a lot of institutions have been created for the sake of anti-Blackness, to undermine us. So we're used to it. It's just another day. This is why we try to get rid of the system of white supremacy altogether. Let's get Genius in here. Genius, hop in.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I'm good, Genius. Are you Eritrean, Ethiopian, or Somalian?
No, I'm Somalian. I just came on. I want to know, like, there's been a lot of slander between the Somalis and the FBAs. I want to know where that stems from, and how do we bridge the gap and like just end this nonsense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, a lot of your brethren, they are over here, and they get over here and they think that it's pretty cool to be very disrespectful and try to denigrate foundational Black Americans. So that's what the problem is.
Do you think it's more so just trolling online? Because in reality, I don't see it like in real life. You know what I mean?
Well, no, they can't do it in real life because foundational Black American will slap their eyebrows off them foreheads. So they have to do it online. So what they do, they troll online, and some of these people, they get into certain political positions, and bam, they still have that same mindset and that same disposition. So our thing is, yeah, don't be trolling online. Don't come over here and try to be disrespectful and denigrate us, because it goes beyond just trolling online. We get in certain situations where these folks are now police officers. You understand? Like up in Minnesota, there's a lot of Somalian brothers who are in law enforcement. So we see a lot of them start acting like the white supremacists. Down in Texas, you got a lot of West African COs in the prisons down there, and they act just like the white supremacists. So yeah, it becomes a problem once they get in positions where they can actually harm us, and they got the backup of the white supremacists. So yeah, we're on
But,
alert with these folks.
but that one cop, that one Somali cop, he killed a white lady.
Right. And Noor, I know Muhammad Noor, but yeah, he's an outlier. There's other cops out here that are not killing white people. So yeah,
Nah, I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. That's all I wanted to say. Still, like, it's not. It's more so just trolling, I believe, online. But I don't think Somali people actually hate
yeah,
African Americans.
all that is just jokes and no. Listen, the Klan started off as a damn joke. All right. It literally started off as a joke. If you look up the history of the Ku Klux Klan, they say it started off, we're just doing a prank. That prank turned into a terrorist organization. Jim Crow was a joke. It was a comedy routine. It was literally a joke. Then that joke morphed into Jim Crow laws. You understand? So all of that, they're just trolling stuff. That ain't cutting it. That trolling gets offline, and they take that same mentality into law enforcement. You take that same mentality into a courtroom. You take that same mentality into a political position. Yeah. So yeah, we take it very, very seriously. All right, big something. What's up, big? Big Juan, whatever your name is. What's your name? Hop on, man. Unmute your microphone, brother. Whatever your name is, Big Bourgon. I don't know what your name is, and you got some kind of animal in your page. Are you a non-FBA dude? And is that some bush meat you about to cook in your hand in your profile picture? You look like you have a snack in your arms. What kind of animal is that, sir? All right. He's probably cooking whatever animal that is. I'm gonna get some other people in here. All right. He got out of here. Let's get Rome Worldwide. All right. Let's get Rome Worldwide. Let's get it in. Rome Worldwide. Hop on in.
Tariq, how you going?
I'm good, man.
I'm enjoying the space. Matt, I just, as an outsider, I'm actually kind of curious in regards to like your reparations. Are you, when it comes to foundational Black Americans, are you going to, like, let's say these reparations do eventually come, are you going to accept them in the form of some devalued dirt piece of paper that possibly the US dollar could turn into, or do you want land, gold? What's the long-term outcome? Like, what's the desire long-term?
That dirty, devalued paper. It only gets dirty and devalued when we about to get it. It's
Well,
I never.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, it seems like the game world, Rob.
No. Anytime it comes to us getting the money, all of a sudden the money's gonna be worthless. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Look, the money wasn't devalued when the Ukrainians got it. The money ain't devalued now that all of these immigrant groups are coming over here. They're getting money. The money ain't devalued and dirty. And anytime when it comes to us, all of a sudden it becomes apocalyptic. Oh no! If y'all get cash reparations, the stock market is gonna crash the next day, and everybody's gonna be trading magic beans. That's what you need. You need magic beans with bitcoins. Shut up. I don't want to hear these doomsday scenarios when it comes to us getting our money. Now the sky is gonna fall. No, give me the damn cash, and I'll go buy the land, and I'll go buy some magic beans, and I'll go buy all that other stuff. Lord, that's low key pocket watching too. Everybody wants to get into pocket watching when it comes to us. What are y'all gonna do with the money? Y'all gonna buy rims and Jordans? Yeah, that's fine. What's wrong with rims and Jordans? Huh? What is wrong with rims and Jordans? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let me ask, we got a white supremacist in here, Dr. Davinsky. Let me ask him. He's an Australian white supremacist. That guy probably called one of his brethren. Dr. Davinsky, let's get a white supremacist perspective. Dr. Davinsky, can you hear me, sir?
Salam alaikum, brother Tariq. How you doing?
Good.
Alleged white supremacist. Alleged.
Alleged, suspected white supremacist.
Suspect.
So
So I
what's
wanted to
oh,
touch on what we were talking about yesterday about the bleach.
slow down, boy. You just going on a mayonnaise mission. Slow down. I got to ask you a question. I'm trying to ask you something, Dr. Davinsky. What would be wrong with us spending our money on rims and Jordan shoes? What would be wrong with that? People always throw that thing in our faces that we're going to misspend our reparations money on Jordans and rims and jewelry. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with spending our money on that?
Well, it would be the issue is it's meant to uplift your socioeconomic status in society, right? It's meant to, act as kind of a restoration for previous past ills that have kind of hampered uh, black social mobility. So that wouldn't, spending it on stuff like that wouldn't have long term benefits to your socioeconomic status, the same way that having, say, free college admissions or, these kind of universal health cares or, maybe even home loans. Like, it would be wasted money.
Not really. I mean, hell, what if we just want Jordans? It's a debt that's owed. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is you'd become crawling back and you'd ask for more reparations because you
No, but
squandered the money.
no, because that's the thing. If we get the reparations, you can say, hey, we've already given it to you, so hey, don't come back. So they would have a great argument. So we wouldn't have to come crawling back because they can say, we gave it to you, so we don't, hey, we fair is fair, we gave it to you, so there it is. And we wouldn't really have an argument to counter that. I don't think that they're really insecure about that because if we were just going to flip the money off, they would have given it to us already. I think the problem is they know that we're going to do phenomenal things with that money, and they're very threatened by that, right?
What about if you got some land like the Native Americans? You could have a few casinos, like
That,
that black tribe down in Florida. What are they called? They're mostly Black American, but they got a bit of Native in them. The Seminole Indians. Why
but
can't
yeah,
you guys?
they played again. They finessed the Black Seminoles when it came to the money. They started acting like they didn't know what the Black Seminoles were, so they were playing games with them. But yeah, just give us the money and then we'll buy the land ourselves. Now, where's your chick, man? Where's your lady? Your lady that was with you last night. Where is she?
Oh, she's outside. But you know what's funny, right? Is that my girl is half white. And so technically, your wife is half white as well. So we're race traders to the same degree. And
How
if
so?
because your kids are genetically less black than you because you married a biracial woman.
But a lot of black people, foundational black Americans, I got French in me, dude. I got like 20% French. I got some French bullshit up in me. So a lot of us have European ancestry, but that doesn't change our foundational black American lineage, right? Go ahead, Dr. Davinsky.
What's the percentage that you need to get reparations?
You would have to have one parent whose lineage go back. It's not a percentage of blackness, it's a lineage. See, we're not doing it's not blood quantum. That's why with Native American tribes, they don't go by DNA tests. They go by documented lineage
But
because
we
that's
have thousands of ancestors there, and a lot of Native Americans do blood quantum. I know that for Pine Ridge, you need 25%. They reduced it from 50%, so you need 25% blood quantum. When
they,
it
they
comes to direct lineage, we have thousands of ancestors, and there's a significant amount of.
damn, slow down. When you get to Mayo babbling, yeah, over here, they stay away from that DNA. They stay away from it. They go to the paperwork because you can finesse the paperwork. See, that's what they like. They finesse. You can finesse the paper. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I don't think my thing. Um, yeah, they put their names on the Dawes rolls. The white supremacists back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, they paid $5 to get on the Dawes rolls to be listed as a Native American, and so they pulled a finesse a long time ago. So they like to just stick to the paperwork because if you do actual DNA test on these people, they all come from Europe. Most of their ancestry is going to be in Europe, not one drop of indigenous blood nowhere. So they stay away from the damn DNA tests. They're real adamant about that. But
Yeah, and it looks like you're shying away from the DNA test too. You're talking about lineage, and as I said, we have
no,
thousands of ancestors. So what if one of those?
now stop babbling. I've done DNA, and my lineage is here. My lineage is on this land. My lady's lineage is on this land. So
What
yeah,
about someone who's 5% black or 2% foundational black American?
there's no such thing
You would
as
get they'd get the
there's,
full reparations.
there's no such thing as a 2% foundation black American. That would make zero sense. How could you be a
Exactly.
two?
So you do have a blood quantum limit. I want to know what your blood quantum limit is.
There's no such thing as a 2% foundational black American.
So what's the percentage? What makes someone black? FBA.
Your lineage. It's
Yeah,
not about
yeah, but what do you mean by lineage? So as I said, we have four grandparents, right?
right.
Eight great grandparents, 16. It just multiplies by two every
Right.
generation, and you go back, I don't know,
If
10
one of
generations. You have
you're babbling, stop babbling so much and listen. Damn. If one of your parents can trace their lineage to slavery in America, then you're a foundational black American. You understand? So there's no percentage of blackness. That's irrelevant. You can be a light-skinned black person, and if your lineage can go back to slavery in America, you're a foundational black American. That's the great thing about us. We come in different shades. You understand? So the percentage of blackness, it's about lineage, sir.
Yeah, but you're not understanding my point. We
I do.
have no. So look, let's say that you have a parent that has black lineage, FBA lineage, right? But they're only 5%. So they have a great grandparent that was a slave. They would get the full amount as someone who's 90% FBA genetically.
Slow down. You mean they're only 5% what? If they're 5% black?
Yeah, 5% black. They still had that lineage. They're still connected to it. It's still part of their ancestry.
Okay, so if they're 5% black, what race are they now? What are they classified as now?
Well, that's my point. It's ambiguous where you draw the line. So I want to know where you draw the line. Is it 25%? Is it a quadroon? Is it a mulatto? Is it 50%? Where is it an octocoon? Like where do you draw the line for what's black enough with the lineage?
Because you're trying to make some artificial chart based on blood quantum, and it's not based on blood quantum of blackness. Because let's say you get a person who's hell 100% black, who's from Nigeria, they're not qualified to get the reparations at all.
Yeah, I get that. But what about someone who self-identifies as white? And according to there's a Vox article I can send you, 10% of Southerners, white Southerners, self-identified white Southerners, have at least 2% black ancestry.
You
Would
can't
you think that those 10% of so-called white
get they can't get it. I had a discussion with the caller earlier. If you're classified as white now, it's nullified. That means you have to be a foundational black American now. You can't be a white person and say, oops, I got a black great grandmother. You want to circle back and claim that? No, no, no, no, no. You have to be a foundational black American now. Reparations is for foundational black Americans. And that term means past and present and lineage. You understand?
so what if they find out they're 2% black American, right? And they start identifying as FBA. Do they get that?
Oh,
Because
no. You don't do, see, that's the great thing. You don't get to do a Rachel Dolezal. You don't get to say, oops, there's money on the table. Let me change my classification. You have already have had to been classified as black already. You already have got to be
so
black. It got to be on your birth certificate and the whole shebang. You got to be black. You have been a black person all your life. You can't just go change something overnight because you see a check there.
So
All of
okay, let's take you for an example. You're probably what 30. You said you're 20% French or so. Let's say you're 30% white, right? You're married to a woman who's half white. So your kids are less than 50%. Your kids have kids. They'll be let's say they marry white. Their kids are going to be less than 20% black. At what point? So you think there's no genetic component at all?
it's lineage. It's lineage. It's
So let hypothetically, let's say that.
kids now, most likely my children are going to marry and procreate with other foundational Black Americans. Now, let's say one of my children turned out to be a little Sambo, and they meet your daughter, and then they procreate with your daughter when she gets older, and then we have a little.
But you calling me a Sambo?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, what if my kid is a Sambo? All right. Yeah, I said that. What if he's a Sambo and just wants to get all white women? All right. What if he wants to just get all white women like this
You're a
gentleman?
Sambo though. You married a
Yeah.
half white woman.
How is that a Sambo? My woman is Black. How is that a
She's half
Sambo?
white. She's half white. Genetically
There's no
speaking, she's half
half
white.
white. There's no such thing as half white. That's like saying half milk. There's no such thing as half white.
Does she look phenotypically
No,
Bantu?
there's
No,
no
she looks mixed race. She
white.
looks biracial, and
There's
that's why you went for her.
no such thing as half white. There's no such thing. Once that black is in, there's black, sir. Coffee is coffee. It's not half milk. It's coffee. I got coffee, sir. You're spoiled milk. You're different. See? You're milk. I got coffee. There's no such thing as half white. My lady's Black.
She's got phenotypically white, like half white features. She's got long curly hair.
Every fly about my woman is all the black stuff. A big old nose, a pretty
Why didn't you go for a full Bantu? Why did you go for a mulatto?
well, a Bantu. Well, you over there got an African woman and knock yourself out. You got you a full African woman. You got you a Bantu woman. And the Bantu's over there with
Oh
you.
no, that's my.
Got a foundational Black American woman. What would I do with a Bantu? My wife is a foundational Black American lineage. So I got somebody from my lineage, sir. And you're over there having gutter sex and you're slumming because
Let me make this.
no, stop because you have a bed wench over there and y'all have this little tacky sexual relationship. Everybody don't have these little tacky unions. You understand? I come from a lineage. My wife comes from the same lineage. So we have a normal relationship. You got some little freaky plantation colonization stuff going in your bedroom,
You
sir.
don't have the same lineage. My wife.
Everybody ain't on that, Dr. Davinsky. Everybody is not weird and you got to have a fetish and y'all just got
No,
weird
no.
stuff.
Your wife is half white. My wife is half.
It's black, sir. There's no such thing.
She's
Sir,
half white.
there's no such thing as half white. You got struggle genes that are easily diluted, sir. There's no such thing as half white. It's coffee, sir. You understand? It's coffee. There's no milk
Why doesn't she look like a West African then? Why
because
she look like a mulatto?
she is not from West Africa, sir. She's not from
Because
West
she's half
Africa.
white. Of course she's not. She's half white. Half
She's-
of her ancestry, millions of her ancestors were white people living in Europe. That's who you married.
And uh, and that's I think that's the thing that upsets you because she ain't white. Because I put them big black
She's
FB,
just as much white as
I put them big black FBA um, genes in her, and I got them genes right. I got them the children black. I stopped them. That white ain't no white bloodline no more. Big black daddy stopped that, and I think that bothers you, right? Because don't
well,
y'all
that's
talk?
what I'm stopping with my fiance. I'm doing the bleaching process. Our kids are
No,
gonna come
no,
out look.
she's stopping your struggle genes. Because if y'all have children, they're gonna
No, they're
be
gonna look far less black than she
no, they're
is. Just
black. They're gonna be black. So she's stopping them struggle genes too. And I think you're upset because I use my black Majara
your
mojo
kids
spirit.
look less black than you.
I know I got my Majara spirit to blacken up them genes,
Your
sir.
kids look less black than you, sir.
Children have big old afros, sir. So my kids are not
They have
white.
long curly hair. They're
Yeah,
mulattoes.
my kids are not
Look,
white.
Tariq,
And listen, you're upset. Sounds like you're upset.
let me make a point. Let me make a point.
You sound upset that Black Daddy got them genes up out the paint. Is that what it is? Do you feel like I've committed white genocide? Because that's what y'all say. Do you feel like I
Okay,
like
so you're a black man. I'm a white man.
Dr. Davinsky? Do you think that I committed black genocide by wiping them white genes out. Is that what it is, sir? Dr. Francis Cress Welsing talks about this all the time. A lot of you white supremacist suspects are very insecure about black men,
Listen, listen to
about
this. Listen to.
about black men wiping them genes out
You get
without.
half of your genes from either parent. You get more from the mother, actually. So your kids are a bit more white than you.
Okay,
You
you
get
just
half of your genes from either parent. You married a biracial woman, right? My wife is no more less or black than your wife, less or black for you. We both went for biracial women, and both half white, half black. You're no more. You're just as much as a coon or a race traitor as I am. You understand
no,
that?
no, because my lady is still black. Okay, there's not a race traitor. My lady's race is black, sir. That's how that works. So you're just trying to do some I'm white and I say so to make yourself feel better. I would feel insecure too if my genes were so, so easily diluted, sir. You just got easily diluted genes. That's okay. You can't help it. It's just what the card nature dealt. It's all right. But anyway, like I said, man, you're going extinct.
You went for a biracial woman.
The white supremacists are going extinct. You're upset because you're going extinct, Dr. Davinsky, as a white supremacist suspect.
So let's.
Like I said last night, you're going to hunky heaven, sir. What are you going to do up there in hunky heaven? You're going to look down at your mulatto kid, sir. You're going to look down at little Don Aquarius from hunky heaven. You're going to be up there with all the other white supremacists. You're going to be up there with Bull Connor, all of the other historic white supremacists looking down at all of your mulatto offspring.
Your
And
people are going extinct. The average African American's
to be in hunky heaven looking down at your little nephew and your little grandkid with an afro
your
running around.
people are 30% white.
Sir, your grandkids are going to
The
have
average white American is not 30% black.
Dr. Davinsky, you're going to be looking down from hunky heaven, and your kids are going to have afros and
It's
Jordan.
okay you don't like monoracial black women. You like biracial.
Your kids are going to be doing the electric slide with barbecue sauce on their fingers, and that bothers you. You're going to be in hunky heaven, upset and mad because your children
I mean,
are
it's
going.
okay you don't like black women.
Your
Just say it.
children,
Just say I don't like.
or you're upset because your
I don't
children.
like monoracial black women. Just say
Your,
it, Tariq. You married.
you in hunky heaven. Your children are going to be drinking Kool-Aid and eating Popeye's chicken with my kids, and that bothers you, sir. And the Popeye's chicken is going to be so good. And
Hang on. So just admit that you like biracial women. You don't like monoracial black women. Just say it. Just say it. Be a man.
sir,
Just say you like the white jeans that make her hair long and curly, that make her skin more.
that's your bedwench in there giggling with her little old musty self. Tell her to buy some of the root work deodorant that we got. Get some root work for that bedwench of yours in there, and tell her when she has the first kid, give his middle name Tariq. Please
That kid is gonna be
name him
just as
Tariq.
white as your kids are black. You understand?
Your kid. Look, when you go to hunky heaven,
Let's
that
hang on, Tariq. Can we do some math for a minute, right?
yours is gonna have a kid. She's gonna name it Tariq, and he's going to be a radical. He's going to look up to me. I want your child, your mixed biracial child, to look up to me. He's going to be idolizing me. All right. He's going to have on a Hidden Colors t-shirt. He's going to be singing Mink Slide songs in his bedroom. He's going to be idolizing me while you're in hunky heaven. And I love it. So anyway, let me get some more folks in. Thank you, Dr. Davinsky. That's Dr. Davinsky, the suspected white supremacist. Yeah, the struggle genes. He's upset about them struggle genes. All right, let's see who we got. We got a lot of people in here. How many people we got in here? Well, we got 1,200 people in the building. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Dr. Davinsky is funny. Got that bedwench in the back giggling. She better stop. She gonna giggle her ass into being missing somewhere, messing with Dr. Davinsky's ass. All right, now, whoever that Bedwinch's family is, when she show up missing, don't y'all call me. She gonna giggle until all of a sudden she's somewhere buried under a lake down there in Australia with this fool. Y'all keep playing around. Y'all lay up with these suspected white supremacists. And you know that they are suspected white supremacists. And the family's always calling me. Every time something happens, they call my ass. Hey, brother. Hey, Tariq, I love your stuff. Can you um retweet the GoFundMe? My cousin has been missing for 3 weeks. She went on a date with a white man, and we have not seen her. Okay. Yeah. Then we pull up tweets of her denigrating us. Just like the dude down there, the Olam. What's that guy who got stabbed by the white woman? Which was unfortunate. I don't make light of it, but boy, him and his family, we all remember them tweets. Him and his whole family was tweeting cash shit about us and just praising white people for years. Where the white women at? Ooh, I love some white women. Ooh, these hood rat black bitches. Ooh, these are Carters. The Carters ain't shit. They were on all of that. And then the white women poked them up, and now all of a sudden they the blackest thing ever. Boy, they put on them kente cloths and kufis and ooh, we're the same nigga. We are all together. Okay, all right, all right. All right, Big, you want to try it again, brother? You put the request in. Big, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? How you feeling?
How are you?
Good, man. I couldn't hear anything before. That's why I went
Oh,
silent and shit. I was in my car, so I think something had to do with that. But what I wanted to say is pretty much like it's hard to have conversations with these fools because they don't even understand black genes. They don't even understand black history. They believe in a white supremacist view and a propagandist view of like what reality even is in the first place. They don't understand that black people been here in America for mad motherfucking long, and that my 105-year-old great grandmother has 100 acres in Mississippi. She's a Mississippian, and that, you know what I'm saying, she said stuff to me like, you know, we never came from Africa and shit like that. And even though I am like half Jamaican, like I definitely damn sure understand where the fuck I come from. You know what I'm saying? I understand who I am, and that shit will never be taken away from me. So whether you believe in, you know what I'm saying, people being Moors and already being here, it's hard to have conversations with motherfuckers like Giancarlo who don't know shit about that. They completely believe in the white supremacist propagandist view of what reality is. You know what I'm saying? And that's even more so why we need to come together and speak on this shit more often.
absolutely, man. 100% agree with that, brother. Real talk. Let's get K-Bot. Let's get Christopher Weber. Let's get K-Bot in here. Christopher Weber. So, Mr. K-Bot, hop on, sir.
Tariq, yes. Okay. Thanks for letting me come up. I'll try and be fast. This week was LA Tech Week here in Los Angeles. Today, I was at a Bitcoin event where there were nothing but wealth management companies and venture capitalist companies and banks. There was no brothers there, no sisters there. It's very important that we understand that this new asset class is actually better than the dollar because it's a global currency that is decentralized without any middleman bank being in the middle of it. So there's no fees involved with it. So it's the first time in human history that you can have cross-border payments and transactions instantly without a bank declaring some type of Ponzi scheme or scam. So I wanted to come up and say that, you know, I was here last week speaking to you, that it's important that we still look at this Bitcoin thing seriously. Now, if part of the a reparations package could have some type of digital asset class to it, like Bitcoin, as well as cash, I think that would be something that you should and all of us should take seriously and look into because it's now at $70,000, going up and up and up, and it's going straight to the moon. Now, BlackRock, the highest asset management company with over $10 trillion, in assets is going balls deep in it, nothing but Bitcoin. So, I know at one point it was like a scam, or it was like, we don't know what this is, but it's very, very serious as the IRS and the institutions and the banks are taking this as a new form of currency for global commerce. And I appreciate you letting me speak on that and considering this, because it's very, very serious. And I was there today at Casa del Mar Hotel, 5-star hotel, just wishing that somebody black was there, but there was not one. I was there.
Yeah.
But thanks, brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother Marak.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out Dr. Davinsky's hypocrisy. I've talked to him before. Fine, it's cool, whatever. But the thing is, Dr. Davinsky, he'll point out the fact about genetics all day. That's what he loves to talk about. And he's up here talking about us being monoracial, while also talking about us being 30% European at the same time.
Right.
And then, so I just wanted to point out how his "I'm white, not say so" is continuously falling flat. He's not really making sense to the point he's trying to make.
Oh yeah, he's just back. Yeah, he's trying to I'm white and I say so about genetics because his genetics are failing. So because his genetics are failing, he wants everybody else's genetics to fail. Yeah, you're 30% black too. He's just saying stuff. He's just saying stuff. He's cracker babbling. Yes, Dr. Davinsky, we don't want to hear more cracker babble, sir. Just lay up with your bed wench and y'all go pet your kangaroo or something over there. Let's get the Tethernator. Let's get the Tethernator in the building. The Tethernator is in the building. And then we'll get Zip. So the Tethernator or Zip, which one is it? The Tethernator or Zip? Where you at?
How you doing, Rick?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind?
Um, I wanted to say, welcome home to Big Meech, first of all, and I wanted to talk about Fat Carlo, the tether.
Yes.
The 50-50 stuff he was saying yesterday, the lies he was spewing about how they contributed to building America, and how he's just a tether.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then this trying to divide us and try to take out majority spirit from us,
Mhm.
and latch on to our strength, because we are America. We are the begin all end all. And I just land my plane there.
There you go. Giancarlo, are you in here, by the way, Giancarlo? Because I want to hear about that 50-50 bill in America. I want to hear that. Y'all talk about what the hell y'all built. Giancarlo, you in here? Where you at, Giancarlo? Because y'all never around, y'all never around us when y'all start talking about how much y'all built. Y'all say something and then run and hide. Y'all talk about what you built, and yeah, we helped build America too. And y'all say that when we ain't in the room, though. We ain't never around when y'all say that. Because y'all know we're gonna ask you questions and we're gonna get you to elaborate or try to get you to elaborate on that. I would like to hear the logic in that. I would love to hear the logic in, yeah, because we caught Giancarlo in all types of lies. He tried to claim Spanish. You ain't Spanish. See, they try to go different directions with the lies. So we catch you on every angle. You ain't Spanish. You ain't really indigenous. You ain't white. So it's just you're just looking for a damn identity, and then have the nerve to try to come to us telling us what we are and what we ain't. That's why we ain't about to get somebody who's already culturally confused. You're not going to tell us what we are and who we are. Those days are over. We ain't playing that game at all. Let's get Sifanu Nasiru. Very interesting name. Sifaru Saniru. I can't pronounce your name, but go ahead. Um, Safayanu. Safayanu. Hop in, brother. And while we're waiting on Sophia New, let's get Tobbs. Tobbs, are you ready? Let's get Tobbs to unmute his microphone.
Yeah, it's Tobes. What's up, Tariq?
Tobes. What's up, Tobes? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just got one question for you, Tariq.
Uh-oh. What's that question, sir?
Yeah, who owns America?
The white supremacists, they own America.
Oh,
And who owns Nigeria?
the white supremacists as well.
Right. They own the planet. So what's the point?
Okay, my point is that is FBAs need to stop criticizing other countries until you own your own country. Do you agree with that?
No, because this is our land and we're going to criticize the white supremacists. That's why we stay on their necks. We fight them and we challenge them daily. And we also challenge people who come here after we help them because we thought they were going to be reinforcement, but they turn around and go jump in bed with the white supremacists who we're going up against. We're going to criticize that as too. So we're going to criticize anybody who tries to undermine us.
But
Got it?
you could agree that Black Americans didn't fight to help other Black people get to America. You fought for yourselves.
Uh-oh. Ooh, really? So we didn't help other people get here?
Not really. I'd say the 13th Amendment is why other Black people are allowed to migrate to America, and I would say that's due to because they needed labor. I wouldn't say it's because they wanted more Black people here or because Black Americans fought them to let them come here. It's because they needed more labor. It will tie to capitalism, right?
So the 14th and 13th Amendment was because the white supremacists wanted more labor.
Basically, yeah.
That's not true.
Okay, but Black people are not allowed to migrate to America because of Black Americans. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, slow down. I mean, okay, first of all, what you said about the 13th and 14th Amendment ain't true. The 13th and 14th Amendment, that was a Black grassroots movement. It was people like William Nesbitt and others, Black grassroots, foundational Black Americans pushing for the 14th Amendment. It got through because Black people pushed for that. That was our movement. Number one.
No, it got through because white people accepted it. Can we be realistic?
No, it got through because we were out here literally fighting them to push it through. We were physically fighting these white supremacists, sir.
Do you genuinely believe that? You believe that the fighting that Black Americans done is what made them do that? Do you genuinely believe that?
I don't believe a damn thing. I know. I know they did it, sir.
You're delusional to me.
Well, a tethering I say so is not going to negate the truth, sir. This is very well documented. You can Google people like William Nesbitt. These were people who created organizations, grassroots, to fight for the 14th Amendment and the 13th Amendment, sir. This is very well documented.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. What I'm trying to say is that you guys did not make them do it. They done it because they wanted to do it. It's not because you guys were fighting them.
To do it. No, they didn't want to do it.
No, they did. They wanted labor. That's what it's made. You think Black Americans are important in this?
They already had labor, sir. There were people here to work.
No, they wanted cheap labor. They didn't want that entitlement. They didn't want labor that's tied with entitlement, that which you Black Americans respectfully should have.
Sir, this is some kind of weird lie that you guys are coming up with. That's not true what you're saying, sir.
Oh, but Tariq, that's a fact though. How can you not see the reality of it?
That's not a fact, sir. That's not a fact.
They
didn't need your labor.
So
they
why
didn't need your
so why do you think you're bringing migrants in now?
Listen. Also, around 1915, 1916, they put another law where they didn't want Africans and Caribbeans coming here. After the Panama Canal, you had Caribbeans down in Panama helping to build the Panama Canal. After the canal was built, many of those Caribbeans wanted to come here. The U.S. government said, hell no. It was Black people fighting for that. It was Black people saying, hey, take those racial quotas off. That's how Marcus Garvey was able to get here. He got here a year after they got rid of that law.
All right, I'm not disagreeing with you. I have a question for you.
Come on now, let's go to the 60s. They had a quota. They didn't want African and Caribbean immigrants coming over here in large numbers, sir. They had a racial quota. When we had the civil rights movement going, we said, look, we want to erase racial quotas all across the board. We want everything equal. We don't want no racial water fountains, no racialized restaurants. We want equal everything, equal schools, equal housing, and also equal quotas when it comes to immigration. Take that racial stuff off where black folks can't come from Africa. Take that off too. We were looking out for everybody. When we said equality, we meant equality across the board. Why do
No,
you
I
think
kind of disagree with that, Tariq, because the way you act now,
down? No, don't say nothing and then I'm teaching you the truth and you want to talk. Why do you think y'all came over here in large numbers after 65? Huh? Why that time if we didn't do anything? Why do you think y'all were able to come over here after 1965?
yeah,
That's
but
a question.
Tariq, let's be realistic. Like, if
I
that's
asked
the
you a
case,
question.
no, I agree with you. You're right. You're right. I agree. It's right to
Oh,
a sense. It's right to a certain sense. I agree with you. But my next question is that if you guys were so, if Black Americans were forced to be reckoned with, why did they not pay you reparations? Why can't you get reparations?
because of the tethers messing it up.
Oh,
That's the
come on,
problem.
Tariq, man. How are you gonna blame that on the Tethers, man?
Yeah, I'm blaming the damn tethers because every time we start talking about reparations, some melanated tether pops up talking about we don't need it. That's been the problem for so long. That has been a problem. Tethers have been standing in the mix. That's why we're getting tethers out the damn paint. Whenever we talk about reparations, some weirdos pop up talking about what we shouldn't get. And then that dissipates the damn energy. And then we started to ask questions. Who are these people? And we really woke up with Obama. We put Obama in office, and when we start talking about reparations, he's like, oh, hell no.
But
He's a tether.
yeah, that's true. But Obama, you know that Obama was controlled by the
I don't
white
give a damn who
supremacists.
he's controlled about. Yeah, he's because he's a tether.
But you know
So
the
yeah,
white supremacists controlled him.
we're getting tethers out the paint. We saw what some of the problems is. We see where the problems lie. The problem is, hey, we got a lot of tethers who's in our mix. Remember when they had the first little reparations thing, some little national reparations talk? They put Candace Owens up here. They had this Coleman Hughes guy who's a Puerto Rican. So they start putting these people up here who's not even from our lineage, talking about what we shouldn't get. That's the problem. That's why we're getting some straightening now, sir. You see how that works? Go ahead, sir. Hobbs, go ahead, bro. Tobbs, go ahead, sir. Is your phone okay, Tobbs? Are you getting some Uber Eats calls, sir? Yeah,
Hello.
can you hear me now, sir? Tobbs, can you hear me? Okay,
Connections are
I
fucked up.
think a meerkat ran off with his phone. Tobbs, can you hear me? Okay, Tobbs, I'll drop you down and bring you back up. I'll try that. Okay, let's try. Okay, Tobbs, yeah, this is what I don't like. And I just did a broadcast the other day, another tether woman talking the same stuff that y'all really didn't help us. Yeah, but Black America FBAs really didn't help us get over here. The hell we didn't. How the hell you think you got over here? What? Let's get these tethers straight. Y'all think you tethers want to believe that white people were like, you know what we need, bro? We need some of those Africans over here, dude. You think that white people were sitting around saying, hey, let's let some of them over here. We sure would like some of them over here. That's some little janky fantasy you created in your mind. These folks did not want none of y'all over here. We were the ones making sure that happened. We were the ones towing that line. Sir, I wish he gets back up here. Y'all better stop that disrespectful nonsense. That's what we don't like. And y'all start talking about divisiveness. We were the ones making a lane for you to come over here and eat and live and fare well. You understand? We were the ones who made a lane for you to come over here and get upward mobility. We created that lane. All of these minority programs were things that foundational Black Americans kicked the door in to get. Going all the way back to the 14th Amendment, that was us doing that, us pushing that line, us risking our lives. We always do the heavy lifting, and then people strut their little old musty asses in the door talking about what we didn't do for them. That's why I'm glad everybody's delineating now. All right, since we ain't doing nothing, all right, handle these white supremacists now. Since y'all always talking about what we ain't doing, because now when the white supremacists start going in on immigrants now, talking about they eating cats and dogs, y'all looking to us. Hey, FBA niggas, you hear what they're saying about us? No, no, no. They're not talking about us. They're talking about you. But no, no, nigga, no. That if we get deported, they can deport you too. No, no, no, no, no. We need to be together. No. Remember, we didn't do nothing for you. You did it all by yourself. Well, go handle that by your damn self. No, nigga. We are one, like Frankie Beverly said. We are one, nigga. No, don't start quoting Frankie Beverly. No, you are you. Handle that. Y'all, don't talk all this shit now. When the going is good, ain't you did it on your own. And the minute you get pinched, where's the FBAs? We got to stand together. When you start getting pinched on by these white supremacists, y'all looking for us. And when we take the capes off, oh, you niggas are xenophobic. Okay, let's get Tubes back in here. Tubes, get back in here, Tubes. Or Tobbs, whatever your name is. Tobbs, hop on in here, man. Tobbs, there you go. Can you hear now, brother? Can you
Yeah,
hear?
yeah. My connection was a little bit janky.
Yes, indeed.
So Tariq, basically, my whole point is that yeah, Black Americans did fight for like equality and that, but I feel like there's nothing that Black people could have done to persuade white people to act out of their agenda. Do you understand? We don't have any nukes. We don't have any military that can overthrow them. So everything that's transpired is all part of their plan. Do you understand?
No, everything is not that has not transpired has been part of their plan. The white supremacists, they learned how to adapt, but we've moved the needle for Black people. That's us doing that. All around the world, we've moved the needle for people who are not white. I won't even, not just for Black people, but for non-white people, because the way we move and shake and how foundational Black Americans are so on code, we've kicked in the doors and created a lot of movements for a lot of different people. And a lot of people have had to play catch up, even the white supremacists, because we're the wild card. They don't know what direction we're going to go in because we're so creative, we're so innovative, and we stand on so much business. They don't know what we're going to do the next day. So all eyes have to be on us. There's a constant insecurity about foundational Black Americans.
But Tariq, no one's standing on business, bro. The CIA can literally wipe out Black Americans if they wanted to.
No, they can't. If they could, they would have done it already. They can't
No, they
wipe us out.
could. Of course they could. What are you talking about? Do you know how
How,
advanced people are?
how can they wipe? How?
Easy, bro.
How?
The same way that they put drugs into the Black community, the same way they've put rap music into the Black community, the same way they've Black on Black
How?
violence, they promote it,
How?
brother. This is
How?
all a psyop. It's all a psyop. Do you not understand?
How?
You're proud of music.
Oh, you babbling. Y'all say shit and then start babbling because you can't elaborate on it. How they gonna wipe us out? We're spread all over this country. What they gonna wipe us out with rap music? What are you saying? How are they gonna wipe us out? How?
I don't know how they can do it, but all I know is
Oh,
that Black people are not equivalent to white.
stuff. You're saying stuff. You're saying stuff. Because see, they can do that over there to you guys because they just put some Ebola in your river and bam. Yeah. The thing is, that's because everybody over there is tribal and they're not connected. We have a cohesiveness as foundational Black Americans, a continuous cohesiveness that y'all don't have over there. So we move different, even if we are apart. That's the great thing about us. We are thousands of miles apart, but we're still on code for the most part. Over there, you guys are right next to each other and so damn tribal. You're not cohesive. You're not codified. So they go in and just dissipate everything within a short distance. Everything is all shot to hell over there because nobody's on code. Over in Africa, man, people can't. The sister called the other day. She said this: people can't even travel intercontinentally over there in Africa. You got to go up to Dubai. You got to go up to Spain and then come back down. You got to go to Europe and come back down. Y'all can't even crisscross across Africa
No,
safely.
she was just FBA babbling, to be honest.
Really? Really? Was she?
Yeah, I feel like she was FBA babbling, man. She was kind of hating on us. She was hating on us. I don't know why. I feel like you guys go to Africa, get like a little 1-2 seconds in Africa, and then you just like you generalize the whole of Africa over a few seconds in Africa. It don't make sense.
What are we doing? How, generalize you how?
Like she said, I don't know. She probably went to one country where the communication systems were bad, and now she's just generalizing the whole of Africa with it. It's like, don't make sense.
No, the airlines are not running all across Africa. You got to go up through Europe and come back down. You got to go through Dubai. I've done it, sir. I'm not saying anything where I'm.
To what country?
Sir, you gotta. We went to Zanzibar, and
Yeah.
then Tanzania, and then had to go to Dubai to get over to South Africa. It was all over the damn place.
Yeah, but
You
you do the
understand?
same thing in Europe. Sometimes when you're going somewhere, you have to do a connection flight. You have to go there first. Then come on, man. This is common sense.
You were in one country in the continent, you got to leave the continent and then go back to the continent. It was, yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
same
not
happens in Europe. The same happens in Europe, bro.
not really. No,
Yeah,
no,
kind of.
no, that is not the same in Europe. If I'm in Paris, I can take a flight directly to England. If I'm in England, I can take a flight to Italy. Yeah, it's not. No, that's not true, sir.
All right, Tariq. Yeah, thank you for having me on. I just got one more question for you before I get out of here. Yeah. So basically, so you said Black Americans created America, right? You built America, right?
Yes.
So basically, that's your claim to the land. You built it. Your ancestors built it, so it's yours, right? But
Built the we built America from the ground up. We are the foundation of America. We built it. We and the culture.
yeah. All right. I'm not disputing that. My question is that. So, for example, all right. Do you know what the Burj Khalifa is in Dubai?
Yeah, up in Dubai. Yes, I've been
Yeah.
to it.
All right. Cool. So you see the Burj Khalifa, you see the construction workers that built it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they own the Burj Khalifa? Does it belong to them?
No, they don't.
All right. That's it. I just wanted to end it on that. Thank you.
But yeah, you didn't eat on that. That's not the same because
I
we
just
were.
cooked you, bro. I just literally proved your point wrong. You don't own that shit just because you built it.
Uh, no, sir. When I say built it, I mean we were the architects too.
Ah, Tariq. So you
Oh,
built the skyscrapers, you constructed the bridges, you.
I got you. Yeah, sir. We were the architects too, sir. We were the inventors of all this stuff over here too. I got you. Cook you. Yeah, the people who built the Burj Khalifa, the workers, they didn't design it. We were designing buildings, sir.
So Black Americans designed every.
Not all, but many of it, we were designing things. We have people like Horace King, who was an enslaved foundational Black American, who was one of the most prolific and sought after bridge builders in the United States. We were the architects of this stuff. We were the carpenters. We knew how to build this stuff. We put it together. We were creating certain things like dry cleaning. We were creating electric lighting, Lewis Latimer. We were making these creations that are being utilized with everybody now. We weren't like you guys, just, go, they tell you what to do, you go knock on some hammers and nails. We were actually coming up with the innovations. That's what makes us different, sir. We weren't just the workers, we were the innovators. We were innovating the music, sir. All of the music genres in America, we created, sir. That's what I'm saying. Many of the food cuisines, we created, sir. You understand? Oh, he left. Okay, he left. I want y'all to get this thing straight. We are the creators of a lot of this stuff. We were the trendsetters. They would follow us to see what we would do. We would make things hot, and yeah, the white supremacists would come take it over. That happened a lot, but we still deal with that. This is why we have to deal with the system of global white supremacy. I want y'all to understand something, FBA family. The white supremacists would oftentimes follow our lead and follow our trends, and they follow our lead and trends now. They watch what we do. And I've talked about this several times. They have all types of marketing groups and think tanks that sit up and just monitor foundational Black Americans. I had a sister tell me this, a sister who worked for Coca-Cola. She worked for some firm with Coca-Cola where she told me they basically sit up here and watch what Black people do online all the time and see where the trends are going and then kind of cater their business model to the trends because they know that whatever we do, everybody's going to do it. They know whatever we do, everybody's going to go and do it. And this has always been the case, family. When we get marginalized, we go start picking up on something, and then they say, hey, wait a minute, where are they going? Understand, in New York, Central Park, that was Seneca Village. That was Black people. They saw what we were doing. We were in the center of that island of Manhattan, faring well, and they said, hey, we're going to have to do eminent domain and get control of that area. Out here in LA, when they were segregating people, Black folks found a little enclave and created Bruce's Beach. It was thriving. They said, hey, eminent domain, these Black folks are having too much fun. They're making too much damn money. Let's get that. Let's take that land because they made it fly. They made the property value high. We're going to turn that into Manhattan Beach. They've done that all across the board. Down in Miami, the person who got Miami popping was a foundational Black American man. Dana Dorsey, Dana A. Dorsey, that's the dude who really got Miami popping, is the foundational Black American out of Georgia. This brother was a carpenter. And a lot of Black men were carpenters at that time, really going into the 60s and 70s. A lot of Black men were carpenters. Black men knew how to put the houses together like that. How many, raise your hand if you got grandparents or great grandparents who still live in the South or whose houses are in the South. If you have great grandparents or grandparents whose houses are still in the South, raise your hand. If you have a great grandparent or grandparent whose house is in the South, most likely your granddad built it. If y'all have a family house that's still in the South and it was there from like the 1960s, 50s, 40s, your granddad most likely built that house. And that house is still standing and it's still sturdy. The Black men back in the day could build those sturdy houses like it was nothing. They were thorough with that. Going back to our brother who went down to Miami, Brother Dana Dorsey, who was a carpenter, went down into Miami because they were trying to develop the area and they needed carpenters. He was one of the few ones down there. So he was working to get things popping down there, cultivating Miami. This brother would buy cheap plots of land. And because he was a carpenter, he would build his own houses, build these shotgun houses on there. That brother made a grip, became the first millionaire down there, Black millionaire, became a millionaire, this early 1900s. Dana Dorsey bought a little island, and he was going to make this island and develop it so that wealthy foundational Black Americans can come down there and kick it. The island at the time, they called it Little Miami Island. It was going to be like a little paradise for wealthy Black folks. The white people heard about this and said, oh, hell no. They saw where the trend was going. They saw this Black man made all this money. got it out the mud. This black man just came out of nowhere. This little black man from Georgia just making money hand over fist. Now he got this island and he's about to bring a whole bunch of other wealthy black folks down. White folks said, "Oh, let me holler at you, brother." They kind of forced him to sell it. He sold that island to a guy named Fisher. It's called Fisher Island now. Do y'all know that island per capita? That's the wealthiest piece of land in the United States right now. Fisher Island down in Florida, right outside Miami. Right now, to this day, that area, that's the per capita, the wealthiest area in the United States. They knew that we knew where the trends were going. They said if black folks are up on it, we need to get up on it and get in front of it. Even out here in LA, downtown LA, which is very valuable real estate, that area, a lot of that area downtown LA was owned by a black woman, Biddy Mason, Spring Street, all that stuff. Biddy Mason owned that. The richest black woman who got out of slavery is the richest black woman in California, but probably the richest black woman in the country at the time. Because black folks didn't have that kind of money. The millionaire, black woman who was a root worker and a nurse, got her money up, got real estate popping, owned significant areas in real estate. They saw where that trend is going. They said, hey, we need to get up on some of that. If you got former slaves making all this money, we need to be up on that. So that is how we've always set the trends. These people watch what we do, and the minute we become halfway successful at something, they're going to jump on it. They see where the trends are going, and the trends it's always us. We have always been the secret sauce, ladies and gentlemen. It's always been about foundational Black Americans. They've always watched what we've done. You understand? Let me get some more people in here. Shout out to everybody in here. We hanging heavy. It's 3:00 in the morning out here in LA. I don't know. It's 6 in the morning out there on the East. Shout out to you guys. Raise your hand if y'all ready to get on. We in here heavy. Raise your hand if you are ready to get on. Are y'all asleep? Some of y'all might be asleep. We still got almost 1,200 people in here. We got Stanky Stacy in here still. Stanky Stacy, you haven't had no customers? Stanky Stacy, what's up, dear? Stanky Stacy. Unmute your microphone, Stanky Stacy.
Stinky Stacy?
Yeah, have you had customers on your OnlyFans, dear?
Oh, baby, are you gonna be one? Because you know
No,
what? No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no. Let me speak some truth
no.
to you, bitch. Did I
Oh,
come on here? No, did I
watch
come?
your damn mouth. That's what you do. You watch your damn mouth, you little flabby thing.
Yes, I'm sorry.
All right, you watch your mouth now. Okay, you too flabby to be that sassy in the mouth. All right, now go ahead. Go ahead, Stanky Stacy.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm a flabby. I'm so flabby. But can I ask you one question, please,
Go ahead.
Daddy?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question, Daddy?
Girl, go ahead and take the Pop Tarts out your mouth and ask what you need.
Okay, I will, Daddy. Um, Daddy, how did you figure out I was on OnlyFans? I never
We can,
told you that. I never.
yeah, I see your page. I see you in that janky shape, and I did not make.
Ah, Daddy.
Yeah, I see your janky page, ma'am. You up there with that big wide back and weird shape. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I've seen you. Unfortunately, seen you with no clothes on. All right, and sweetie, you need to get that OnlyFans money.
Mm, Daddy, I'm so proud. Are you gonna mute me? Are you gonna mute me if I am proud of myself? Because, Daddy, you went and looked at my page. I never even mentioned it. And you know what? I bet you I got a few followers of yours. I didn't even mention it. But you know what? You want to talk shit about me? That's okay.
I hope you.
Vote for Trump, okay? Vote for Trump because these silly motherfuckers want to talk about Trump, but you want to sit there and be like, I'm a true motherfucking black person.
Okay, okay. Now the drugs are kicking in. Let me get her out of here. Oh Lord, good grief. The new hoes are just awful these days. What happened to the old hoes? Old hoes had decorum. Lord, why don't some of the old ex-hoes teach the new ones? Lord, the new hoes are just drugged out. What happened to the good old-fashioned hoes? They were the old school hoes had decorum. They were business minded. They knew how to carry themselves. The new hoes is just awful. Just high, crazy as cat shit. Where are the seasoned veteran hoes to be apprentices for the new hoes? Y'all let these new hoes fall by the wayside. Y'all not teaching them nothing. Good grief. I miss the old hoes. The old hoes were, they were very professional. They knew how to carry themselves. They would give the young people advice. Stay off these streets, sugar. All right, ma'am. They would give advice and encouragement to the kids. They would tell us to stay away from the game. All right, Miss Maxine. Yeah. Now they just crazy as cat shit, just laying up high on OnlyFans, bad built. The old hoes back in the day had great shapes. They took care of themselves. They had great shapes. Now, like Stanky Stacy, just shaped like a baby piglet. Just I don't know what your shape is. How are you making any money? Boy, you must have it must be a fetish. You must do fetish porn or something. It's like guinea pig porn or something. I don't know. Niggas got a manatee fetish. They like broads who look like manatees. I don't know what it is.